66 Barbecue Chat. Brought to you by Now Lunacy's Amazon storefront. Tonight is the 10K sponsorship announcements. Send your pictures to be entered in tonight's giveaway to the following email. These were our last live stream's picture submissions. Guys, what's going on? I think I forgot to turn on my light. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. All right. Got a little dark in here. All right. Much better now. Let's see here. Let's go see who's in the chat. Tuesday night, once again, I have my drink. I hope you have your drink. Cheers to everyone that's in the chat tonight. Oh my God, this has been a hell of a week, man. Hope you guys are doing good. Let's see who's in the chat. Demoose, what's going on, brother? Cheers to you. Happy Tuesday. I gotta tell you, man, I barely opened up this beer, but seeing the intro gets me pumped up, man. I think I'm already almost halfway just with the intro. So I have to slow it down. Des, what's up? I said hi to the Moose. Let's see here. Tim, what's going on? Man, I gotta tell you, man, I had Whataburger for dinner, and I did the free. They had an offer, the free Monterey Jack. Oh my god, I didn't know it had that many peppers. It was good, but damn, I'm burping them right now. Let's see here. Oh, taco pizza. That sounds good. Let's see here. Yeah, the cool thing about, I guess, I think we all have in common that foodie, that we're all foodies, right? We all talk about food. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been here. But yeah, definitely good stuff to talk about. Food is always a good topic. Daddy Dutch, what's going on? Munchy Mafia. Buzz, what's going on? Dude, was that your car that you sent the picture of, or just a cool car that you took a picture of? Venom Gaming, what's going on? Cheers, bud. I want to say that that's somebody else's channel, Venom Gaming. Not too sure. I mean, that's a second channel that somebody might have. Excuse me. JD, what's up? Daddy Dutch. Oh, thank you there, Savvy. Let's see here. Hey, NBL, what's going on? Oh my God. Talk about burping your peppers and not. Ugh. They taste good going in, but not coming out, or the other way out either. What's going on, Simon? Man, I was thinking of stopping by, but I didn't have enough time, man. Se me fue el tiempo like that, man. I was in San Antonio for 3 days, but man, one thing after another. First ad on the intro. There was a first ad on the intro. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you, Guggen. Thank you. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, right now, if you have the Whataburger app, I think it's the free Monterey Jack if you buy the fries and a drink. That's what I got. I was like, oh well. Let's see how it is. Picture sent. All right, Ultra Deluxe Edition. What's going on, Greg? Good to see you in the chat. Lance, what's going on? Dutch, what? So late with start time tomorrow after work things, perhaps. Did Crunch Wraps a week ago. We had taco pizzas for several days. Wow. Let's see. I'm going to put up the invite in just a bit if anybody wants to jump on. So put your pretty face on and get on up here. Terry Madwood. Okay. There you go, Madwood. Okay. I didn't know you had another channel, Venom Gaming. Terry is incognito. Hey, Lancy Pants. I never heard of that one. That sounds about right. By the way, that city picture was Boston. I took that picture from the other side of the harbor of the Custom House clock tower. Man, that was a good picture, Des. That was a hell of a picture. Yeah. I almost killed my ex-brother-in-law with habaneros. Maybe that was on purpose, huh? Free on the app every once in a while. Talking about the Whataburger app? Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Today's the announcement. I'm actually pointing out the instead of picking them up like I did last week, uh, I'm showing you the prizes picture wise and all that. We're gonna do the giveaway next week. So today I'm just gonna get further details on that, show you what I was up to in this weekend, and some other information that I'll come up with in just a bit about the future of the channel. No makeup needed, man. Just put some lashes on, dude, and you'll look fucking fabulous. Yeah, anybody's welcome. What's going on, Vegan Suck? And there you go. Second one for Daz. Wow. Hasn't even been 15 minutes. I think I set them every 26 minutes. So somehow you got gypped there, Dez. Oh, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Had one ad in the intro. Sleeper tuna rolls. Skip over them. No, I'm a little bit older than 45. I'm a little bit older than that, but yeah, man, I'm to my last months. I think I got before I take all my sick leave, I got 7 months left. 7 months, yeah, 7 months. Let me put the invite if anybody wants to jump on. Oh my god, that was good. Those are. Al, this is Kent. This is the channel Lance doesn't have blocked. Lance is blocking every channel, potentially bad mouthing him, huh? UT Premium is the only charge I gladly pay for. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come on there, Des. Okay, all right. Hey, Des, how's it going?
Hey, going.
Anything? Any cold beverage in hand?
No, just water. I'm still recuperating from this nasty cold that I got like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are getting that, and you know, some people are taking longer to get over it than others.
Yeah, my aunt still has the cough. I have the cough. Both of my kids have the cough. My cousin's boyfriend just got it, and son got it, and then the other son and his girlfriend and kids all got it when they live in Alabama. So between Tallahassee and Alabama, we're all sick.
What's going on, David? Be in the chat, homies. I think he has me blocked. He says Simon. Ha ha. Yeah. Yes. Quick, guys. I'm going to say this a few times. Underneath the video description is a click to support. Those are the clicks that if you click on, I get a little small
Commission.
Yeah, commission. So that will help me pay for the shipping costs of the prizes I'm sending out next week when we give it away. So we give them away. So I'm going to have a video up in just a little bit after I'm getting ready to get another beer. I'll play the video about my past weekend, and I'll show you some of the prizes or all the prizes, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up for the channel's future, what kind of videos are coming up and whatnot. But
hey, David. Hi, Polly.
This is a recent bird flu hit my house pretty hard. Dutch, I hope. Is
A
Polly on?
YouTuber. Why is there a kickback? A YouTuber that I know that's in a lot of the homesteading communities. She was a mod. She
Mhm.
just passed away when I started catching mine. She passed away from pneumonia and blood clots in her lungs. So if you start getting sick, please get checked right away to make sure you don't need antibiotics
Yeah.
or it progresses into something worse.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, three little clicks there. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, 3 clicks. That's the way I'll get a small commission so I can pay for the shipping fees when we do send out these prizes. Hey, Polly, what's going on, guys? If you haven't seen Polly's channel, subscribe to his channel. He's always doing pizza reviews, and he's also showing his journey into possibly opening a pizza business. So he's kind of dabbling in different recipes and all that. So he'll know what to sell when he does go into his pizza venture. So yeah, subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, you've got 2 links that are the same item, same pictures.
Oh yeah, just click them anyway because the two of them are paying me different commissions.
Yeah, I clicked on both twice.
Appreciate it. Yeah, last got you guys really helped me out last show. That's enough to at least send half the items that was clicked. So hopefully today we'll make up the rest.
I'm really loving the gumball machine.
Yeah, I like the gumball machine too, man.
Yeah,
Getting it.
I get a couple of those. One with bubble gum, one with M&Ms.
Oh yeah, M&Ms will work, right?
Yeah.
How about that? How many M&Ms would come out like with one?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember because we used to go to this laundromat and it was always stocked, fresh. I mean, every time I went in, it was always fresh, and it had like M&Ms. It had the gumballs, and then the gobstoppers, and they would have the not the magnet, the stickers. So there'd be like different things, the tattoos, and my kids would hit it like every week. We'd have like the football helmets. It was crazy, but it'd be like 5 or 6 M&Ms in your hand. That's it. Take it easy, Buzzed. I'm getting it. Like, are you getting the kickback? Are you guys hearing it?
Yeah, let me know if you are. I'm gonna.
Right now, I'm not hearing it. So whatever you just did helped.
Okay. Duchess Troll Channel.
Oreos was not in the gumball machine. I had that before the live. I'm a big kid. I like my candy, my ice cream, my cookies.
We'll see you, Buzz. No wonder I hadn't watched Lance's channel lately. He blocked me.
Okay, it was your mic. Yep, it's happening again. It's your mic. Dugan says that.
It's happening again.
Yep. Ooh, get a towel quickly. Leave it upside down Leave it upside down for a second or two.
Yeah.
Where's like the hair dryer? Yeah.
Let's see here.
He hasn't even had a full one yet. He's already spilling.
Must have been me chugging. I was like, yeah. Let's see here. I might have to the channel too. Give me a second.
It happens when Does talk. Yeah, it's his mic. Yeah, alcohol abuse, right, Simon?
Okay, can you hear anything there?
I can hear you. Talk.
Test.
Okay, let's see. So far, no. But that could change in a couple of seconds.
Test. No?
No, you're fine. It's me. I hear kicking back off of your mics.
Oh.
Lance says pack it in rice.
Let's see it. How about there? Talk?
Okay, you want me to say something? Here we go. I'm saying.
Are you getting anything?
Peace, love, and happiness. No, oh, yep, I am. It just a couple of words at the back end. Mucho better now. No, I'm still hearing a little bit, AJ. Mucho better. Más mejor. Muy bueno. Yeah, right. Well, it was. No, it's still there.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to figure out something here. Might be this this cord. I'm using some old cords, man.
You might have to get yourself a new auxiliary cord.
Yeah.
I just ordered some from Amazon because I need it for my mic and my son's mic. Well, he switched mics. He took my silver one, gave me his black one. But they're not that expensive. And it came two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a feedback.
There still is?
Yeah. It's off and on. Yep, it's still there.
Oh man.
I'll just have to be quiet and look pretty.
No, it has to be something that's picking up on my end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or wait a minute. Let's see here.
That's funny. Love damn Temu mics. You got a Temu mic over there?
Actually, this is a pretty good mic. But I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Test. Did that turn it off?
It's not you, it's me coming in through you.
Oh, okay.
You're fine. It's just when I go to talk, sometimes it kicks back and I can hear it. At the moment, it has not.
Yeah, okay.
So whatever you just did, nope, it's back again.
Let's see here.
It's off. Yeah, it's there.
It's there?
Yeah. I'm vegan. I'm a vegan. Al, do you have your mic set on Spanish? Lance, ow, twice. That's funny. It's you sure you were calling Al and not Devil Dog, right? Usually when you say somebody 3 times, they appear. He's already here. Okay, so now it's quiet. It's like dead quiet. Let's see.
It's not working.
Wait a minute. What is JD saying? And AJ, you must have your headphones turned up to full volume for your mic to be able to pick up the sound.
Yeah,
that's probably why it's kicking back. It's feedback off of that.
It could have been, but I kind of lowered it down. Let me see if it's the settings.
And then JD said somehow your iconing audio is canceling your output. Oh, I'm getting the sound of me.
How about now?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear me perfectly right back. It's horrible. Yeah, it's an echo.
I'm putting echo cancellation, but I don't know. Test. I don't know.
2 Deses now, Simon says.
2 Deses. Wow.
Yeah. That sounds like an alien.
Well, I did mess with the. Let's see.
Yeah, cool phone with the audio. We're gonna play this for the whole hour. Let's listen to Dez's voice go crazy on audio.
You know what? Let me just.
Dez in stereo when she says.
Let me try it without the headphones and just off the speaker.
Went from not good to bad. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Tech support stream, right? I'm not hearing a kickback so far.
Can you hear me talking?
Oh yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, no kickback?
So far, no kickback.
All right. We'll do it that way then.
There we go.
All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask if your headphones had a mic.
You know what? They probably do, and maybe
that's what it's picking up is the mic. You have to turn the mic off of that if you're using your other mic, and that's probably why you're getting the double feedback.
Yeah, I got to get my other headphones that I used to use because these are the Timu. Well, they're not Timu, but they're the cheap
cheapies.
Yeah, I used to have some really good ones, and I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, these are good, but they've gotten so worn out that I fall asleep at my desk now, and they fall off my head and fall on the floor. I don't use the mic anymore since I have this mic because this stopped working also.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old input settings.
Mm-hmm.
You just turn off those settings for that mic. Your headphones will work. You use the other mic.
Yeah. I think I got to do that.
That's what I had to do. That's what this is off on the headphones on this Al. It's off because it doesn't work anymore. And I have it on this big guy here. No comments, but this is a big guy.
Let's see here. Yeah, let me get another beer. I'm gonna play that little video that I had inputted for the members today, just so you guys could see what was up this past weekend, and also the announcement for the giveaway. And I'll be back after this. Des, you want to hold on for a bit?
Of course, I'll have your back.
All righty, let me kick
Des, you animal.
Hi, my daughter. Hi, hello, goodbye. Hi, Satan. How you doing? I'll be right back. Check out the video. Oh yes, have you been clicking? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show a little bit about what I did this weekend.
Start your course sales.
And I'll be back. I'm going to go grab another beer. So these past few weeks have been busy ones for me, but a lot of that I can say have been for good reasons. I'm blessed that my kids are doing great career-wise and personally. I'm on the right track to retirement, and the channel has done decent in growing that I've kept busy with preparing for things to come. But this past weekend, I got a chance to get away for a bit, so I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you guys and gals before we make the prize announcements. Hey guys. Out on the road again today. Of course, driving from San Antonio to Austin. And as I drive out there, traffic's not too bad. But I was thinking to myself, so this weekend I headed out to Austin to take my very first barbecue class out with the Texas Beef Council. Here's a little bit about how it went. And so the Texas Beef Council are the people behind the Hulu barbecue series Barbecue Quest. And when I got to the building, let me tell you, it was beautiful. So like I said, I was there to take a barbecue class, the Smoke Lab class, and let me tell you, everything was well organized and laid out. I got a chance to look around a bit before the class started, and I gotta say that it was such a cool place to be. They had all these pits set up all around with all kinds of pits and smokers cooking various pieces of beef cuts that we got to try once the class started. Jerry, our instructor, was very knowledgeable about the things he presented, and let me tell you, he dished out some mean barbecue. We even got to cook a little bit of barbecue on our own as we were split up in teams and we were given a piece of picanha to cook. All in all, this class was a lot of fun. I met a lot of good people, drank some cold beverages, and ate some good barbecue. I highly recommend you taking this class if you're ever in Texas. Saturday night, I was back in San Antonio and got to visit a popular taqueria there. Taquitos West Avenue was vibing. This place was packed, and let me tell you, for good reason. They had taquitos of tripa, lengua, al pastor, bistec, chorizo, barbacoa, and suadero. And I had one of everything. But if I had to pick one, it would be the suadero. It outshined all of them. If I ever go back, I'm strictly ordering suadero taquitos. By the time we were leaving, the place was even more packed. So that has to speak for something. Sunday we spent all day shopping, but Monday I headed out to the west central part of San Antonio to visit Mert's Sausage Factory. Mert's Sausage is locally owned and has been producing sausage since 1929. I got to tour the small factory and learned the ins and outs of the business. Thanks to Alex, the owner, for the tour and all the hospitality. Look for the story to be an upcoming video very soon. You'll also get a chance to win one of Mert's dried sausages in the prizes that will be given away next Tuesday. So starting with the prizes, this is an exclusive giveaway to members of the channel. This is a 10-inch Cutlux bull knife, great for roasts or big pieces of meat. For our subscribers, the grand prize is the Sensu Al Lunacy Edition chef knife. Beautiful looking knife, very sharp. We'll also be giving away the Monuments Grill's grill brush made of stainless steel with a replaceable brush head that's included. And finally, we will be giving away the Chef's Temp's Final Touch X10 meat thermometer with a fast half-second response time. I want to thank you all for the continued support. Now let's get on to our barbecue chat. All right.
It was Fred and Ethel there.
Yeah, so that was my weekend, guys. You're going to see a video probably for everything that I showed there. But, man, I'm so behind in video editing. It's crazy. And then I got other obligations as well. So we'll see. You know, they'll come out one by one. So in time, you'll get to see them all. But I got to say, man, that... now you know how to barbecue.
I know, I read that too from Google.
Man, that class, man, you know, you'll see the video, man. It was a really fun class, man. And I gotta tell you, the beef console, man, where they're housed, man, it's a very, very nice building, man. As you saw when I entered, the stairways go, I don't know what they call it, but you know, they have two ends where you enter, they meet up and they go on the second floor. Like, and then you saw all those smokers in the back, man. Oh my God. They have an awesome kitchen. I mean,
Hey, Steven.
what's
That
going on?
reminded me, like, the stairways remind me like the old plantations of the South, where the women would come down in their dresses and the big poof skirts, you know, and they come down just like the girls, you know.
That's exactly what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. And in the back, they had a cabin, you know, and then all the trees. They had some wood out there. It was really, really cool. And as soon as something would come out from the smokers, they would cut it up. If it was a steak, we'd eat it there. If it was something they wanted to prepare, like a beef shank, they cut it up. They shredded it up like barbacoa, and then they served it with some, what is it, cotija cheese and pico de gallo on top of a chip. Yeah, it was really good stuff, man. It was a really cool class, and then it was all you can drink. So they had ice chests and ice chests of beer, and they had that Happy Dad seltzer. I had never tried that. It was pretty good. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. You'll see in the video, man. I'll cover it pretty well.
Awesome.
That sausage factory. So they're gonna give, the only thing I can mail off from that sausage company is the dried sausage. Oh, I just said dried sausage and Sleeper Barbecue commented, and so I'll be sending out some dried sausage to whoever wins on one of the prizes there. So that's Mert's contribution to the prizes there. If I could send you the regular, I would, but it would cost too much to sending dry ice and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up. I'll play it one more time before the night's over. Guys, do me a favor. Help pay the shipping by clicking the click to support links in the bottom.
I'm sorry, but Guggen got me.
Oh, he's the one that picked up on it, right? Yes.
I'm dying. It's cold. Let me put you guys on mute.
Oh man, Lance, come on here and defend yourself, man. I'm gonna post the invite if anybody wants to jump on. Wow, Google. Everybody's freaking out with Guggen's comment. Oh my god. Oh well. What can I say? Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. And and I learned a lot about the make. Well, I mean, it. You would think that if anybody that's made sausage out there, you would think that they might do it a little bit differently, a factory versus when you're making your own sausage. But no, man, it's the same process except they got machines that make it at a faster pace. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. Yeah, they got. So it was cool, man. It was a lot of fun, and they've kept their prices pretty reasonable, man. I gotta say.
We know it was kind of tame. It was just funny. Gosh.
Uh, uh,
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness.
yeah.
No, it's not a belt buckle.
Let me
It's
see.
it's turquoise and sterling silver. I have big fingers for a chick.
Hey, Lance, what's going on?
Hey, Lance.
Cheers. You drinking anything tonight, Lance? All right.
I turned the volume down on YouTube.
Oh, okay. What what's that? How come that looks more orange there, Lance? The aquarium is that a different?
Different lighting.
Yeah.
It's one of those LEDs. I can change the lighting on it. I was getting too much algae with the plant grow sausage. Or sausage. I'm reading Detmer's comment at the same time. Too much algae in the plant grow light, so I turn it back to yellow.
Does the yellow kind mimic more of like a natural sunlight or something?
It's supposed to have. I can't remember what they call it, but what it is called an LED. But this is supposed to be more like a night light just type thing versus the other one was just too strong. So, Mr.
Right.
Hernandez, and if you can, I haven't even washed it off yet, but if you look, you're not going to be able to see it. But there's algae starting to grow at the very top of it, which is cool because the shrimp that are in there love the algae. So, but I don't want the algae getting out of hand, so I turn it back a little bit.
Did you have a purple light? Guggen saying he liked
It
the
was like
purple
a
light.
pinkish color. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was red, blue, and white all mixed. So I took
You
the
ever
red
see
and
the fish
blue out.
acting? You ever see the fish acting a little bit different with depending on the light you use?
No, no, I can't say that. You see the big tank? You can't see the big tank. Can
Oh
you?
yeah. I see the big tank, but it's not as well lighted as the other one.
Yeah, I know. That's what everybody says. But on my end, what it is because I had the back blacked out.
Oh, okay.
So from my end, it's nice and bright. But I think what you're seeing is reflection from the back,
Hmm.
not it's being blacked out. But
Let me see
Yeah,
here.
we're barely seeing. It's like more like we're seeing the light floating off the top down. Than we
yeah,
are
it,
seeing.
I can
And
see. I
it's
can
not
see
a
the
lot of light.
fish,
that's
but
two 10-inch LEDs pointing down.
Yeah.
it's just not as clear as the other one.
Yeah, but it's crystal clear.
Yeah. Sometimes with a dark background, it makes the tank look darker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
I
far as
do that to make the fish bounce more, pop more, and the plants pop more. The darker background. They say the darker the substrate, which is your sand, the gravel, whatever, in your background, the more the colors of the fish, shrimp, whatever, will actually get more intense. I had this debate on one of these chats where basically this professor dude was trying to explain it to me, but it's almost like a gecko. Is it a gecko type thing? What's the ones that change colors? The lizards.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Not gecko.
Chameleon.
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 It's like a chameleon effect type thing. So I got another one over there. I got one I inherited from my little sister and brother-in-law behind these two little tanks on the stand. I'm gonna have just angelfish in that one. And I still got what, 5, 6, 7 more tanks to go. So where I
wow.
stop, I don't know.
Round and round we go. Where we stop, we never know.
Yeah. No sea monkeys. Thank you, Polly.
Are those all fresh or some fresh and salt?
All fresh right now, man. I would really want to do because I talked to Randy and Christy. This has been several months back, and I thought about getting into salt, but they sort of kind of scared me a little bit. And I say that in a good way because they just there's so much to learn, in the saltwater section of it. So
Yeah.
then a specific water type and a roadie system, which is actually something that cleans the water. Uh, have I got tired? I got really, if I meant to really get tired of ads. Um, but to buy all that, I just wasn't ready for that. I mean, this stuff here, I wouldn't even have this many tanks if Petco didn't put them on 50% off in January. I mean, you can get a 10-gallon tank for $14. So I was like, well, buy them now. If I don't use them, they can sell them when I'm gone.
You can make them in terrariums.
Make them in terrariums too. Actually, on my Facebook page, I've been following his channel. I think he was in the fish community, but he sort of kind of phasing himself out, and he started a like a bonsai tree channel, and he's got a series going on right now. I think he's in the third day of the series, where he'll tell you how to make a bonsai, and those things are bad as shit. I mean, he just goes to. Um,
I think he's doing it for enjoyment, not for eating.
oh yeah, no, this is all enjoyment. Enjoyment. Samo.
Hey, Simon.
Hola.
Hola, hola.
Hello,
¿Dónde está Taco? Oh, a new shirt.
hello. Got it today.
Oh, you got your shirt.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
Nice.
Hold on. Let me do that. Maybe.
Yeah, no food. Paulie, it's just a hobby. Starting to get back into a hobby that I walked away from years ago. And I started watching all these channels, do their fish. I'm like, I really miss it. I need to do it again. So I'm doing it again.
That's cool there, Lance.
I
How's
need
mom
this
doing?
sitting.
Not 100% right now. She's a little out of it, so
Sorry to hear that.
I'll be on for just a little bit.
And how's your kitchen GoFundMe going?
It's stalled at like 700, so it hasn't.
You want to put the link up here, Simon?
Let me go find it actually. Where is my
So
phone?
we got here going, guys. If you can give any amount of funds, doesn't matter, $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you can. Simon
I have it on my community tab too.
yeah, he had problems with his kitchen. They had to look at plumbing and whatnot, and then in the middle of the problems, they had to redo a lot of the. In other words, it got a little bit more expensive than what they projected, and needs our help to get them to complete the kitchen so they can actually start cooking for themselves once again. There you go.
What actually
So-
happened was we had a sewage backup in the bathroom. That backed up. What the heck is going on? Hold on.
All those dinging. What's going on over there? Who's playing the xylophone or the triangle?
His OnlyFans, man. His OnlyFans is just
Is that what it is?
yeah. All them.
Yeah, I posted it on my community tab and tried to put it out there too to see if we can get some help. He helped me and I helped him and helped Rick and helped a few other people. So I'm hoping some people would share the love and help back to Simon.
That was
And that's
my
another
nurse.
thing, guys.
I was the nurse that's come see me tomorrow. But instead of writing one whole sentence, she wrote
like multiple sentences.
She did 1, 2, 3,
here's another
4,
one.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 text messages. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my gosh, I used to watch that movie.
Yeah, I love that
Oh no,
movie.
what's it again?
Christmas movie. I love that movie. I
Yeah,
watched it for
but I'm
years.
also thinking about the old movies of the two girls that used to get in trouble, and they went to they had nuns and stuff, and they would take road trips with the bus. As a matter of fact, one of those nuns that was in that show or that movie was on Sister Act 2 or Sister Act. But yeah, that's what always brings up is when I see that saying.
So
when a bell rings, the angel has its wings.
So we had it back switch back up in the bathroom, and it literally erupted into the bathroom. It went underneath the wall that shares the wall that shares the bathroom and the kitchen. It all went in there and messed up the sheetrock and the back of the cabinets. They tried to do a cleanup where they like, I don't know if it's bleach or what, to get rid of all the mildew, the black what's it called, black mold.
Yep.
And
bleach to try to get the mold out,
but they also but they ended up taking out the bottom cabinet of the kitchen.
Yeah, there's no sink, there's no nothing.
Yeah, there's no sink. I just have the oven. Well, they gave me one of those plastic sinks, those basins. They're like a wash basin.
Yeah, that you would find in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or down in the dungeon basements. That's, yeah.
I
told the dungeon basements.
I told my mom that once we're done with the kitchen, I want to keep that and just keep it outside just for when I'm cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
I can.
Because you can put a 5-gallon bucket or whatever you need underneath.
Yep.
Especially if there's food involved.
I can get it where I can screw in the water hose to the inlet, and I can just have like a bucket underneath.
Yep.
Oh. But anyway, there is a link right up there. My last post.
Yeah, 7 days ago was the last donation. Hola, Elizar.
Elizar, ¿cómo estás? Bendiciones para todos. Gracias, Elizar. Igualmente.
Gracias y para ti también.
See,
Taco's right at my feet. I have his little bed right there. He doesn't want to come up, so I'm just gonna let him
Oh,
sleep.
he's comfy. That's
Yeah.
good.
I
I
felt
love
left
it.
out.
Lance goes, C. In other words,
Yeah,
yes, he agrees.
I was feeling a little left out, so I had to say something.
That's good
Hey,
enough, there, Lance.
we'll teach you. Tu también. So two is TU for you, as for you as well. Tu también.
Definitely.
Lisa.
Hey, Simon, have you ever been to that West Avenue Taquitos?
No, sir, I never heard of it.
But I gotta say, sí, todavía estoy trabajando, Elisa, hasta septiembre es mi último mes. Ya, ahí después, pues, ahí me retiro.
You said you still working? I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna give this to Lance here. He's asking, "Are you still working?" And Lance, Al said, "Yes, I'm working until September. September is my last month." There you go. I'll be your translator, as basic as Spanish as I know.
I don't even trust that one. I see
It
two
is.
words, freehold, and I was like, okay, this ain't right.
He's going, "Estás trabajando? Are you working?" So
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
think go
Thank you for
freehold
the
less than
donation.
Culo?
Repeat that
where does
again.
that say that? I don't see that there.
Simon telling me what to say. Say this. As soon as I saw freehold, I said, this ain't gonna be right.
freehold.
Man, what this poor guy?
Just read it.
You can go freehold less me culo.
What the? Oh my god.
You kind of messed it up, but yeah.
You are so bad.
Can go freehold less than me culo.
Look at Lindsay's blushing so bad right now. He's like totally red.
I saw two words and I said, this ain't gonna be good. It's like being around the Amish, you know, they tell you to say something, you know damn well it ain't gonna be right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Let's switch the subject from beans to other things. No,
Cheese.
dude, the suadero tacos there are the bomb, dude.
Cheese.
But you know, I had tacos de lengua, and the tacos de lengua there, you know, you made it there, Lance, the beef tongue.
Have a good
It
night,
just
Polly.
it wasn't that good, man.
Is that right? I didn't think it was bad. I would eat it again. I wouldn't go out and buy a tongue. I didn't buy this tongue. My brother-in-law brought it up to PA with us, and I would do it again. I would cook it probably a little different the second time. But I
So
did
you
it,
mix
you know,
it.
and it was a
you-
learning experience. When I had to put that thing back in the pot because I couldn't peel that tough, prickly skin off that meat of that tongue, at that point I got grossed out. I was like, man, I'm supposed to eat this thing? And then when that skin started peeling off that tongue, it was like, good Lord, man, this stuff is thick. But I was actually surprised. I would definitely eat it again, but I would cook it a different way.
So if you were to do it in the crock pot, you can mix the tongue with beef cheeks. It could be one or two beef cheeks and then the tongue. And then when you peel the tongue, you know, you mix it. Of course, you're going to put your garlic. You can put a squeeze of lime in there, a little bit of chopped onions and stuff. So when it, you know, the onions and the garlic are gonna kind of like melt away with the meat. You know what I mean? Give
Yeah.
it a real good flavor. The lean side of the tongue, once you open it up and chop it up with the beef cheeks, the grease of the beef cheeks are gonna kind of give it moisture, and
Right.
then you mix it all together, and that's what we call here in South Texas barbacoa especial, like a special type of barbacoa. You mix it
Right.
all together, I swear to God, that way it's the bomb.
Have you had barbacoa de cabeza?
Me?
Nope.
Out.
The Mexican.
Yeah, definitely, man. Where they mix all the siestos and everything all together. Yeah, definitely.
The entire
Yeah,
cow
that's
right
the
there.
way. That's the way they used to sell it in the old way. They don't sell
Yeah.
it no more that way.
I
So they
saw
had.
that with NBL shared a link. I can never remember the guy's name because I stopped following him. Um, Carazon,
Corazon.
uh, Ahua. That dude, I can't remember what the channel was. NBL's in here. NBL, what's it? West Coast something? He's an English guy, but he works and and stay or practically lives around with the West West Coast culture. That's the guy. Wasn't that when they were all got together in the backyard and they were cooking that stuff? They were making they were dipping like their breads, their tortilla rolls into it. But they just kept cooking it down, cooking it down, cooking it down.
Carnitas.
Corridas,
Carnitas.
cornitas.
Yep.
Yeah. But I've stopped watching that guy. I haven't watched. I don't even know if he's still posting. But to get back to that tongue, I would definitely cook it. It would just be better prepared for it this time. Since you've done one, so you got to do something different. But I tell you what, I think putting it putting it on a grill at the end to get some smoke on it. I think that really helped it a lot. That's what I think anyway. I
Yeah,
had one person say there's no way that did anything to it. I'm like, I'm telling you, I got to smoke off of it.
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
got
you
to
can
tell
put
you
the whole
that
tongue.
that last video I did with the lamb breast, I smoked it on my offset, dude. It had no game flavor at all. It was beautiful, man. The lamb breast, it was awesome, man.
If you
So
were to
definitely
cook
when
the tongue in a smoker like the whole time, you'll pick a whole bunch of a whole bunch of smoke on it.
Yeah, there's no way you can't. I mean, I wouldn't. I remember my first time I ever did a tongue. It was wasting my time. I'm like, no way. I don't even see that. But we only had that little Dollar General kettle. I mean, I tell you what, I, if I had that and the Weber sitting beside me, the only reason why I picked the Weber because I know it's sturdier. That little Dollar General kettle, that thing cooked nice. I mean, real nice.
oh
And the plus to it is that it had that second shelf to it that would, stayed attached. That was pretty cool. Oh shit!
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I had my radio going the whole time.
Oh.
I thought I heard music, but that's okay.
there you go.
I heard talking.
I heard more news, and I don't want to
Yeah, I
hear.
mean,
News.
there's like a talk show or something.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
background.
more news. Just more, more stuff to think about.
Yeah.
Rick. I got plenty.
Moose,
Yeah.
thank you.
Don't touch your phone.
Well,
No,
he's not in
I
charge of
don't
it
have.
tonight.
I'm not in charge of the buttons tonight.
Yeah, he don't have control. Unless I go live, and then yeah, of course you can.
Oh man. Yeah. So again, guys, if you guys can do me a favor, click the support down below, video description. And then there's also some links for the sponsors. Those aren't really important till the day of the show, which is next week, that we're
Well,
giving away all this stuff that I'm talking about. But
I
I
think I
do
saw
want to mention the
I think I saw
what was
four
that?
links on there, so I clicked them all. So
Appreciate it. For the future of the channel, there's two fabricators that have reached out, and I possibly will be working with them. One's gonna be how would I say like a consulting type deal, prototypes, and then the other ones is gonna be hopefully a contract. So look for that soon. Well, not soon. We'll see whatever whenever that comes out, the contracts come out, and I sign them. Then you'll see content related to that. But that will be in the near future. There's about 4 videos that I still haven't edited that I have to edit. You saw a little bit about it. One of them's a smoke lab class that I went to. Another one's going to be a beef rib, and then the sausage company that I went to, the factory that I went to visit. That will be part of the giveaway as well. And then one other one that I can't remember right now, but it's on my phone. But yeah, once I get done with that, then you'll see the other stuff I'm talking about, the fabricators. But yeah, and a little bit. When I'm ready to go get another beer, I'll play that video once again to show the gifts. Once again, if you're a member, you'll get 2 chances of winning in the giveaway. And I'll probably throw in a couple more things if you're a member. One other prize, but we'll see that till next week. So
A couple to one.
yeah.
At least one. Right?
Oh, it's 1 to possibly a couple.
Okay. All right, we'll be here.
Yeah.
We'll listen to the video.
Yeah. No. Let me finish up my beer, and then we'll play the video again, and then we'll call it the night. Are you going on live tonight, Lionel? No. Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was doing a giveaway. He's like, submit pictures. I submitted anyway.
Yeah, that will be for next week. That way, we'll have an
Did
intro.
you hit the 10K?
I made the 10K. I'm halfway to 11K already.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He's 10.4. 10.4 plus.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Al has to shotgun a beer and celebrate for 10K.
It's weird because when you get to the 10K, I got all these emails of these people saying, like these gaming people that like embed this video into one of your videos, and we'll talk about how much we can pay you or whatever. It's weird. That's like a magic number. If you hit it, it's another level of a sponsorship. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll never see that.
You guys will, man. Just keep hitting it. But we all gotta, like I've always said, dude. We all support each other. Eventually we can, gain subscribers from each other, and I'm always gonna have that open, man. Regardless of whatever happens. I
always talk about you guys' lives every week.
You get 50K and then you forget about us.
Yeah. Be like all the other big channels.
I ain't got time for you.
Every Friday night, I'm like, we've got Lance on Sunday. We've got Al on Tuesday, followed by Simon on Tuesday. Come and check them all out.
You guys hold me to that, because if I ever get any bigger and I'm not hanging out with you guys, you got my permission to. If you see me out in public, kick me in the balls.
I'm going to come all the way to Texas. I'm coming to Texas once, and that's in April. All right, I'm coming to Texas in April.
Oh shit! You saw that? My flag fell down. That better not be a sign.
Yeah. When the Goodfellas first started, that was one thing that we always said, that should we make it before everybody else or whatever happens, we'll never leave the other ones behind. That was, that was like a motto, but that was, what we always preached to. I mean, you can't forget about the ones that helped you get you there. But,
yeah.
No, you can't.
I'm fine to be being forgotten because I'm not monetized, except for my 99-cent membership. But if I could support you all,
yeah. Have you guys seen
that straightened out?
I'm not doing the monetization because I'm disabled. I get very little from the government being disabled. If I get monetized, they'll take money away from me, and then I won't have my food stamps. I won't have anything unless I make more than I'm making now.
Okay.
So I would have to
I didn't
make.
know all that.
Yeah, I live on $1,100 a month.
You would lose that much.
I'm gonna stay humble.
I would lose a chunk of that money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you guys saw that YouTube came out with a feature where you can go to a section in YouTube Studio and check market, and it says anything you want us to tag a product that you featured in your video. It will automatically screen your videos, tag products that it sees that you've used, and give you an affiliate link automatically assigned to you. And it will be on top of your earnings for your views. They will start paying you for anything that you sell. So if you're showing, say, I'm showing this Motorola Razr phone, it'll automatically tag it here on my live because I showed it. And then it'll give me an affiliate link, and anything that I earn off that affiliate link, it will automatically put it with my paycheck for YouTube.
Wow,
Isn't that incredible?
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't follow up with that stuff enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't see it. Just roll over it, whatever. But
I got to tell you that 2 months ago, and possibly, the last 2 months, I've earned more on Amazon and at Levanta than I earn on YouTube. Can you believe that bullshit? Yes, levanta is a subsidiary of Amazon. So what I'm telling you guys about the click to support, it really is helping me pay the shipping cost of these prizes that I'm giving away. Last week I made $70 just off those clicks.
Wow. Not bad.
yeah, that's not bad at all.
Click
So-
away, you guys.
Where's the chat, man? Everybody fall asleep or what?
What's that now?
I know. The chat died.
Yeah, it's like nobody's talking.
It's like 19 people in here and everybody's quiet. What's up with that?
You guys ever want to do a dedicated chat about content creation? And I'll give tips and tricks just solely on that. Because there's a lot that we can share with each other.
Hit the thumbs up, folks. 13 thumbs up and 22 people. 20 people. Come on, y'all.
No, hey, make that 11.
No.
14? Okay. Yeah, no, wake up. Oh.
I was in. I think I was getting ready to go to sleep. And did you go on late Sunday night, Lance, or was it your usual time?
Usual. I
don't
was
know.
in and out. I was still trying to get a cook done. So I was in and off the panel, but I was still one on time. There is a possibility that this Sunday's time could change, but I mean, I'm sort of kind of hoping not. But I go with the flow. I'm not one to set rules. I'm the one to follow them. Just doesn't matter to me.
He was cooking balls.
Yeah, I was cooking balls.
He actually looked really good, too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
you turned out very good. That video did pretty good.
How your flag fell? Yeah, it did.
Like 10 minutes ago.
I was talking that guys kick me in the balls if I ever leave y'all's chat. And then I was like, the flag fell. I was like, wait a minute. That's not a good line there. Yeah, they look great, man. And where did you come up with that idea of putting the cheese in the middle, or did you see that somewhere? Or?
No, I saw the cheese in the middle. I saw in there. I mean, I tweaked it some as far as the wanted the sweet spicy. They went with a savory sauce, and I added barbecue. I'm sorry, I added bacon to the inside where they added no bacon to the inside. So I tweaked it a little bit, but it was a Facebook recipe that I saw.
I've never seen it with cream cheese at the center. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I saw today, Al? I saw somebody make a flour tortillas that had cheese cooked in it.
Oh.
Like a mozzarella or Oaxaca cheese, something that melts. So they made
tortillas like that?
No, they made the tortilla ball, stuffed it, and then they rolled it out and cooked it with the cheese in the center of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Awesome, Munchie. Almost done with that taco pizza video.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've only had one commercial, but it was a pair of them. I haven't had one since.
Yeah, I've been getting them. I'm over here on StreamYard, but I also have YouTube open, so I've been getting them off and on YouTube.
The on this laptop, for whatever reason, I have some sort of blocker on here because it blocks the ads on the laptop.
Hey guys, let me grab another beer and play that video again, and then we'll continue on if you guys can hold off for just about 2 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
Be right back. So these past few weeks have been busy ones for me, but a lot of that I can say have been for good reasons. I'm blessed that my kids are doing great career-wise and personally. I'm on the right track to retirement, and the channel has done decent in growing that I've kept busy with preparing for things to come. But this past weekend, I got a chance to get away for a bit, so I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you guys and gals before we make the prize announcements. Hey guys. Out on the road again today. Of course, driving from San Antonio to Austin. And as I drive out there, traffic's not too bad. But I was thinking to myself, so this weekend I headed out to Austin to take my very first barbecue class out with the Texas Beef Council. Here's a little bit about how it went. And so the Texas Beef Council are the people behind the Hulu barbecue series Barbecue Quest. And when I got to the building, let me tell you, it was beautiful. So like I said, I was there to take a barbecue class, the Smoke Lab class, and let me tell you, everything was well organized and laid out. I got a chance to look around a bit before the class started, and I gotta say that it was such a cool place to be. They had all these pets set up all around with all kinds of pits and smokers cooking various pieces of beef cuts that we got to try once the class started. Jerry, our instructor, was very knowledgeable about the things he presented, and let me tell you, he dished out some mean barbecue. We even got to cook a little bit of barbecue on our own as we were split up in teams and we were given a piece of picanha to cook. All in all, this class was a lot of fun. I met a lot of good people, drank some cold beverages, and ate some good barbecue. I highly recommend you taking this class if you're ever in Texas. Saturday night, I was back in San Antonio and got to visit a popular taqueria there. Taquitos West Avenue was vibing. This place was packed, and let me tell you, for good reason. They had taquitos of tripa, lengua, al pastor, bistec, chorizo, barbacoa, and suadero. And I had one of everything. But if I had to pick one, it would be the suadero. It outshined all of them. If I ever go back, I'm strictly ordering suadero taquitos. By the time we were leaving, the place was even more packed. So that has to speak for something. Sunday we spent all day shopping, but Monday I headed out to the west central part of San Antonio to visit Mertz Sausage Factory. Mertz Sausage is locally owned and has been producing sausage since 1929. I got to tour the small factory and learned the ins and outs of the business. Thanks to Alex, the owner, for the tour and all the hospitality. Look for the story to be in an upcoming video very soon. You'll also get a chance to win one of Merck's dried sausages in the prizes that will be given away next Tuesday. So starting with the prizes, this is an exclusive giveaway to members of the channel. This is a 10-inch Cutlux bull knife, great for roasts or big pieces of meat. For our subscribers, the grand prize is a Sensu Al Lunacy Edition chef knife. Beautiful looking knife, very sharp. We'll also be giving away the Monuments Grill's grill brush made of stainless steel with a replaceable brush head that's included. And finally, we will be giving away the Chef's Temp's Final Touch X10 meat thermometer with a fast half-second response time. I want to thank you all for the continued support. Now let's get on to our barbecue chat. All right. Yeah, so that was my weekend, man. It was a lot of fun, man. Guys, Texas.
Tacos must be good, man. That place was backed up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I gotta say though, man, I didn't like the tacos de lengua, man. It had that awful internal organ taste, and I was like, I've never had it that way, man. All the other ones are badass, and the suadero was the shit, man. The suadero taco, it was awesome.
Are you able to get suadero where you live? I'm sure you can, right? No?
I have to ask the butcher. I got friends that are butchers. I can probably get it, but I'd have to tell them way ahead of before they get the shipment in, so they can say.
Can you explain to English what suadero is?
Suadero.
What part of a?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, suadero's the it's flank, it's bavette, and I think skirt steak all in one. It's the side, like you got the cow right here, the pancita right here, and this side.
Okay.
So you're getting meats that would be used for fajita meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Several different kinds of
cuts. I think I could handle that. I don't think I can handle a ton.
No,
this is more like a beef fajita, but it's a little bit more tender and more more. It's got like a silver skin on it.
Right.
So you really got to cook it down.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. If you've ever, like my favorite, I think, I don't know if it was the first or second time that I went over to your house, Simon. We cooked the bavette. We cooked the sirloin fajita.
Yeah.
I really like that for fajita, man. Was it the first time?
I think it was the second time when Rick was there.
Yeah. No, because I took Piemontese. Remember the Italian?
Yeah. So it was that first time, that like the month before.
Yeah, but both of those were fucking. Which one would you say took it? The sirloin fajita or the Piemontese beef?
The Piemontese for sure.
I was gonna say, I don't know why. I really like bavette, man, but Piemontese, I don't know, man. It really rocked that one night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Eddie and be like, "Hey, Eddie, we're coming in on Thursday. Where can we go to eat on Friday for food? Because I'm coming from Florida and I know New England food, but I don't know Texas, any Houston, Humboldt, Dayton, Texas area for food."
You're gonna bring a cooler, Des?
Yeah, I'm bringing a cooler, so I'd have food along the way and then food to take back. But the hard part is try to keep the ice packs cool. So I'll have to pick up a bag of ice and then dump it and pick up more ice.
Well, I mean, as long as you bring ice by the time you get here, if you're staying at a hotel, just fucking use the ice maker and be putting in and out, you know.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
what I do.
Yeah.
Every time I just go to the hotel, I get bags from the store and I fucking fill my ice chest. I got one of those
That's
lifetime
I think I'll do that.
I got those lifetime the Walmart version of Yeti. And man, I put a whole bunch of shit, man, every time we travel.
Yeah, mine's like I don't know, it's like this big and square, and then you just pull up the handle and pull it, which would be fine. And I got 2 Bucky insulated bags also. So Texans only eat at Golden Corral. We have a Golden Corral here, and it sucks. It sucks. It's like open up a can and dump. Open up a can and dump. It's not even good food cooking, except for when it's on the grill. And even then, you're lucky if it's cooked correctly on the grill.
All you gotta do is go to Golden Corral and see how the customers are handling the foods and everything. I won't go back to it.
I like going for like the sweet potato and the steak, because the steak I can watch them cook it, and the sweet potato is wrapped in foil.
Right.
It's like, there you go. I'm spending $18 for a steak and a sweet potato.
Oh, that's so
Mafia got you right there, man.
That is
Golden
100%.
good
It was great. And I remember that was like a major, family night out. Years and
I
years
can't afford
ago.
$18 a person. No way. And only those things? Yeah, I'd be up there 10 times trying to get a piece of meat. No, we just gave you some. You're not having any more steak. We're going to charge you more now. No.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah, their
man.
salad bar sucks. The salad bar, then the fruit is not even ripe.
So
I hate unripe melons.
What was the Three Sister? What was the Three Sister restaurants? It was it Ponderosa, Bonanza, and what was that other one? Ponderosa, Bonanza, and Sizzler.
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 I believe it was Sizzler.
Sizzler.
What's that got to do with Three Sisters?
They were the same company, but they kind of had like the salad bar steakhouse thing going. You know what I mean?
Ponderosa. Yeah.
The Moose, Ponderosa.
Ponderosa, yeah, right. It was really good. That was really good, man.
When I went to go visit my boyfriend before he passed away, he lived up in Vermont, and he took me to a steakhouse that cooked it. They had a granite stone they would heat up really, really hot. They'd sear the steak on the grill, and then they'd put it on the rock, so you can cut it and cook it to the color you desire. And it had like the garlic and the pepper and the herbs on top. Now that was an amazing steak. I'm sorry?
I was waiting for you. I thought you were finished. I just stopped because you continued to talk. But there used to be a place down the road from me that did something like that, Des, but it was your breakfast omelets on the weekends. They would come up to your table and you would pick what you wanted, and they would make that omelet right there for you and slide it off onto your plate.
Same steakhouse, they had a Sunday buffet. They had 2 long tables. So one side was like all your hot stuff, and then the chef would be at the end to make your omelets. And on this side would be all your cold stuff, like your fruits and all that kind of stuff, your rolls, anything like that would be on this side. So we would go this way and hit the bar, and then we'd hit him for a steak omelet. And then they would bring it to us to our table, because I was literally like on the other side of the partition. So he'd be like, here you go, But that was amazing. That was that same steakhouse. I have not had good steak like that.
Did you guys have a sirloin stockade? Any one of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like Bonanza's competition. They were okay too, man.
We have Texas Roadhouse, I think, up here in Longhorn.
Yeah, both. Yeah, we have those two. Which one do you like better, Des?
Western
If I could afford Texas, I would go to the Texas, but they have a really good steak with the steak, and then the buttered lemon buttered sauce, steamed broccoli is really good. But then the sweet potato is like another $2.50 to add to your plate. So the sweet potato is really good too.
What were we saying, Lance?
Western steer. That's the other one we used to have. I'm sitting here trying to think of what it was.
Hey, that's
We
chicken
had
phone.
who?
Me.
Yeah.
We had a Western
Anyhow.
steer. That was pretty good.
Was that like a steakhouse with the salad bar type
Like
of
a
thing?
Golden Corral, yeah, like a Golden Corral type thing.
We have like 3 or 4 buffet places here, and every one of them, I swear, they open up the cans and just dump it. It looks like mush. It's just so nasty.
So here in San Antonio, there's most Chinese buffets have a grilled steak station where you can get a steak. It's like a choice steak, but you can have it grilled any way you want. They also do Mongolian. Was it Mongolian?
They closed most of our Mongolian places down.
I forgot what it's called. Is it Mongolian?
Hibachi.
Yeah, type of thing where you
Yeah.
can pick your own little thing. They'll cook it for you
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we had a place called Genghis Grill here that was amazing. You'd go and hit the buffet bar basically, and everything's uncooked. You put it all in a bowl, and you take it up to them, and they cook it on the flat top,
Right.
kind of like the
Big
brown
brown
stone,
one.
the black stone, but it's completely round with a fire thing. So they'd throw oil in the center, light it, and it'd be like it would just blow up.
Barbecue.
But it would be so good, and they closed it. And then they had another place that was called One Fresh Up or Fresh One Up, and they just closed, and now became Magoo's Chicken Shack. Like we need another chicken shack.
How about anybody out in the chat, or are you guys familiar with old San Francisco Steakhouse?
There's one in San Antonio.
Yeah. So my daughter lives right across the old San Francisco Steakhouse, but from what I've seen, it's kind of pricey, man. And I've been wanting to go out there because the food looks, on the pictures, it looks legit as fuck, man. But I don't know, man. It's kind of pricey. I don't want to show up and then pay $50 a steak and for it to suck, you know.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. Anybody
I'm
in the
gonna tell you
chat
about that.
familiar with old San Francisco Steakhouse? Let me know how it is.
There was a second. There was
I don't think it's a franchise.
It's not.
I don't think so.
It's only for San Antonio.
Yeah, let me look it up.
There was a second place in Vermont that he took me to in another town that had fresh baked bread, and then the salad bar, and then the steak was also dynamite. But you can go up and get as much fresh hot bread, piping hot, and then bring it back to the it was so good.
Hey Des,
So good.
on the Longhorn Steakhouse, have you ever had their fried okra? Where it's
I don't like okra.
Oh, you don't like okra. How about you, Lance? Do you have a Longhorn Steakhouse over there?
No, but we do fry okra here.
Yeah, in the Longhorn Steakhouse they have the long fried okra. It's not cut like short like it usually is.
Like rounds.
And they bread it, man. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Is that
They didn't leave it whole.
Yeah, there it is a franchise. But there's Dallas, Houston, and where else? Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
It's a Texas place.
Yeah, it's called Old
San Francisco.
Maybe the person was from there.
Probably.
Yeah. It looks legit, man.
I haven't been there in years though.
Of course, before we're leaving, Simon. Well, I should say as we were leaving. The last stop before we left San Antonio in 1604 and 37. 1604 and 37. Bill Miller's. Hell yeah. We stopped at Bill Miller's. I told my wife, we ain't leaving San Antonio till we have our Bill Miller's chicken, dude. And we fucking piled that fucking onions, the marinated onions. Oh, man. We went to town on that shit. Then I was driving all the way home, my stomach hurting. Oh, fuck. I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. But for those of you that don't know it, Bill Miller's is like, did it get started in San Antonio, Simon?
San Antonio or Kerrville, one of the two.
Yeah, so Bill Miller's is a barbecue place. It's not like Texas
It's a
legit.
fast food restaurant.
It's a fast food, but it will do you justice if you're just going to want to go in and out. It will do you justice. They have carne guisada. They got picadillo now, Simon.
Tacos.
Picadillo. No, they have picadilla bowls.
Ah.
Man, it looks so good.
But for breakfast, though, right?
No, for you can get it for lunch. Yeah, man, it looked really good, man.
I haven't gone there in forever, dude. So it's like,
I love fucking Bill Miller's, and they have carne guisada, they have breakfast tacos, they have brisket, they have ribs, and fried chicken is the bomb, man.
When I used to work downtown, actually, I was in college and I was doing my internship for the city of San Antonio. Right across the street from our offices was a Bill Miller's downtown, and probably had it almost every single day.
Yeah,
it was right there.
When you do that, it's gonna mess your brain up because from then on you're gonna miss it here or there. You know, if you ever move away from San Antonio, Simon, you're gonna miss it because everybody I know that has moved away from San Antonio misses Bill Miller.
If I didn't know how to cook brisket, then I might.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, what's been going on with y'all's channels, man? Anything in the plans or in the works? Des, anything you got planned out? You're gonna be doing a lot of filming when you do take your trip, though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to film. What I'm trying to do is see what I have saved. I have money put aside on under the table. All right, that's for this trip. So I got to see what I have because part of it is also for a divorce. But I want to get a laptop because while I'm there, my Friday night live is going to be when we do poker night. So I want everybody to sit and watch, hang out, chill. I'll have my phone, try to answer any questions and stuff. And so I wanted to do that on the trip, but I still have stuff on this computer that I uploaded from my trip to Pedals from 2 years ago that I have not put out. I have stuff from Bainbridge, Georgia, when I went to Bainbridge of the square that I have not put out because it consists of editing. So that's why I want to get a laptop because Webb's Web is going to be there. So him and Eddie are going to show me hands-on how to edit film. So that way, that's part of the class for Saturday.
But
so
I was going to say also, though, you're saying about the laptop. Would it serve the purpose of you having your cell phone as a camera and then the laptop as you being able to read the comments on a live?
My laptop is going to be for learning how to edit, also for comments on the live because I can't read a phone. There's no way.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, I'm also going to have. I'm also going to try to have it so that the camera is filming. So I'm bringing something like this or my big tripod, so that way I can film everybody with my with my phone. But this is more for like the table, so that way I can have it in front of me. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, but my I also have this too, but I can't hold it because I'm shaky. So
what's that, Simon?
He's showing a little hand thing. I've got this too, my little hand
You're
thing.
muted.
But I can't sit there like this.
Simon,
Muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, hon. We cannot hear you.
So this clips onto the edge of a table, and then you have your phone on here, but then you can move it sideways or whatever.
I'm gonna find out where my son put my tripod because Simply Jan bought me a beautiful tripod, bag and the whole bit. And then I have this for the tabletop if I need it, which is fine. But like I said, I don't know how it's going to go. I got to see what the finances are because I'm renting a car, paying for the hotel. It's going to take me like 5 hours. Part of the way we're going to stop because my legs can't take a long drive. then another 5 hours. So I'll get there the next day. So I'll be there on Thursday. The event starts Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, we're going to the farmers/flea market. And then I'm leaving Monday to start heading back with a stop at a hotel halfway over as well. So
When is this again, Des?
this is April. I'm leaving here April 9th. The event's the 11th through the 13th. In
2 more months and 2 more months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've never driven that far. I've never been to Texas, never been to Louisiana. So I got to go through Louisiana, of course, to get to Texas. And so I don't know how I-10 is going to be because I usually stay off of I-10 and go the back roads whenever I go to Dothan, Alabama, or up to Georgia. So it should be interesting.
So no one else is going with you?
My daughter, but she doesn't drive. She's my co-pilot. I'm the only driver in the house. I didn't teach my kids, and my kids, I don't want them to learn from me because nobody taught me how to drive. You think I'm going to teach my kids? No. Plus, they're old enough. They're 33 and 27. You know, get a job and pay for their driving classes.
Right.
But they take care of me. You know, they cook, help at the house, help me in case I fall in the shower, that kind of stuff. Help me when I go grocery shopping. So, doctor's appointments, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's why I got to stop because there's no way I can do 10 hours plus almost 11 hours. There's no way I can do that driving with my knees.
If I could, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. And then I'm taking the rest of the week off when I come back to recuperate from all the fun I'm going to have.
All right, Pizza Don dice Munchie Mafia.
So I was gonna say earlier, if y'all not subscribed to their channel, they put on a pretty good live streams.
I love the different camera angles.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, let's get the one overhead.
Yeah, and
I love it.
And it goes poof.
Yeah, it appears. I think many people would like to know that setup of their camera setup.
What do you call the live stream where you do the wheel? Is it the wheel of torture or the wheel of pain? When you have like random ingredients to cook.
That's pretty cool. When she does, I need to watch that because I added stuff. We added stuff to the wheel.
Yeah,
not this last time. This time before, and so I want to see if she picked any of those came up on the wheel.
Yeah.
What's up, D Chef?
How you doing, Chef?
Well, shit, man. As it gets closer, man, I'll have a date exactly when I'm gonna have my party, man. But if any of you all can make it, man, it'd be awesome.
Hey, Real. If I wasn't disabled, Moose, I probably could. But I also get that sleep thing. You know how you're on the road for so long and everything looks the same, kind of hypnotizes you. You start getting tired.
Yeah, so I got, you know what, Des? One of my kids is a big talker. My youngest boy, he's a big talker. So I tell him, Dad, sit up in front and when I'm doing these long trips, right? Sit up in front and you see me falling asleep, start talking to me. And then I'll get my second wind. He's saying, Dad, remember when you used to do this and this and that? And I'll get my second wind. We're talking and I'm driving.
Serena's done that for me a couple of times. And then we'll pull over to a rest stop. If there's a rest stop available, we'll pull over. That's what I want to do is like take a cat nap if I have to at the rest stop just so that I feel refreshed again because that scares bejeebies out of me. I don't want you guys like Simon can follow me if I put myself live with Simon on the phone. He can follow me on Google Map all the way to Texas from here.
That 360
that's
thing.
The link. If anybody else wants to jump
Google,
on, you're more than free to jump on. That's the link to come on and we'll talk barbecue and we'll talk.
I don't have 360
experiences and whatnot, man. You're more than welcome to.
That's kind of like what I want to do is have people monitor me along the way. Be like, okay, I know where she's at, or it stopped moving, which means she's in a zone that's not getting signal to her phone because I have a Boost mobile phone. So it depends on where the signal is and stuff. That way they can follow, make sure I arrive to my destination or spend the night along the way. Oh, don't do that to me. That's all I need. I'm going to have that in my head when I go on this trip. Murder podcast. Lovely.
What's going on, Dave?
Here we go, buddy.
All right.
Live and direct from South Florida. We are here in Boynton Beach, Florida, following the largest kosher barbecue in Florida, actually in America. I'm still here due to this snowstorm. So unfortunately, instead of being stuck with the gray skies and stuck with the snow, I'm having to deal with palm trees, suns, warmth, and pools.
Where's it snowing right now that you're from?
He's from Pennsylvania.
Okay. The Northeast, yep.
In the Northeast, we still have snow. In fact, tomorrow when I arrive, they're talking that from midnight tomorrow through Thursday, more snow, more ice.
I grew up in New England, so I know about snow, and yeah, I totally understand. I don't know if you remember 1990. Let's see, she was born in 97. April Fool's Day, 1997. Boston, Mass got hit by huge snowstorm. I don't know if it was down in Pennsylvania too, but we got hit really hard in Massachusetts on April Fool's Day.
So I want to thank Lance. I got to tell you, Lance is a savior. If it wasn't for Lance about a week ago, big shout out to Lance. He was able to procure very quickly embroidered aprons, embroidered barbecue towels, and so much more. Lance saved the entire event.
Well, thank you, Dave. Glad we're able to do it. Wipe me
Get
out.
some rest, Simon.
We're glad it worked out. So everything, I was wondering what happened. I hadn't heard anything, but I wasn't going to press the figure. John might be busy. How the 2-day shipping thing worked out and everything. But
You absolutely delivered. I got down here on Wednesday. When I got here, everything was here. We were ready to go. Come Saturday, the embroidery work you did, everything was gorgeous. It all matched with our outfits. Those that are looking for high quality embroidery work, reach out to Lance. This is a true gentleman. When he says he's going to get it done, interesting, and I think it's funny. However, it is part of the business. We talk about how many thread count things are, like 21,000. There's no little old lady in Lance's basement that's stitching 21,000 stitches. It's amazing because it's a machine. However, Lance does understand by the stitch. There's no little grandma that's sitting down there doing that. Neither is Lance stitching and stitching and stitching. There's a machine that does it, but it's an industry thing. That's how they count how to decide the quality of their work.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That was a quick turnaround. That was I can't remember for sure. I know it was one really late night into the morning, and then the next day I got up and I finished. I knocked out the it was a few more towels I had to knock out because the aprons I wanted to get behind because they had so much time on the machine because the logo was like 4 inches or 5 inches by 6 inches. So there was a lot of stitches. That was when they were on the machine for a while.
Everything you did was amazing. Come Sunday, when it was the event, we were floored by the quality of work and the efficiency, the turnaround time that you were able to do. That in I'm going to call it 72 hours total time from the time you started with us to the time it was a finished product to the time that it arrived at the doorstep here. Unbelievable. Under tight timelines, you pulled through. You didn't say that you were going to try. You did. So from a sports perspective, I know this weekend coming up is a Super Bowl. Nobody on that either team is going to say they're going to try to score a touchdown. They're either going to jump over the top, come around the side. No one tries. If you're a coach on either one of those teams and you say, I'm going to try to score a touchdown, you're sitting on the sidelines, Lance. You're the type of guy that jumped right up over the center and scored the touchdown for us. We highly respect every bit of work and your effort in getting it done. And you scored that winning touchdown for us. Thank you so much.
I appreciate all the kind words, Dave. I just, I'm just from the air that, you do what you say you're going to do. And, if it means putting a little bit extra time, you put in a little bit extra time. I think that's the El Gringo in me, I'll say, because it's, I don't mind. I actually like working hard. Actually, I film in work clothes. That's where I'm comfortable. If I'm working, if I'm dressed like I'm working, that's just me.
Stitches and bitches.
Stitches, I like that. Great term.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, for someone who said he's going to get it done, he pulled through. This gentleman scored a touchdown every time. So anybody, I'm telling you, well beyond just from a business perspective, someone who's going to get it done, Lance is your guy.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I just assumed there's no one will say anything. Everything must be good. So I just move on to the next thing I had to do.
So Dave, you're in Florida, or you were, or okay, you're in Florida right now. But was there that related to the smoke slingers?
Yeah. So this weekend, I'm glad you brought that up. So we had the full-size smoke slinger here this weekend, but we also launched a brand new Liberty 94 offset smoker by Smoke Slinger. It's a 24 by 48 inch traditional gold standard offset pit. And here's the thing, Al, this is what makes us so much more remarkable than all the other premium pit builders in the marketplace. When this went through fluid dynamic testing, physics testing by PhDs, by true scientists, we then took that whole concept where scientifically they did this, and we did the gold standard in test, which everyone knows is that biscuit test. Al, listen to this one. Virtually no hot spots on the smoker. This is unheard of in our industry. Typically, we have almost 30% of our pits where there's a hot spot. Imagine all these biscuits laid out, not one of them burnt, not one of them with a hot spot. This is what we've been able to do in the barbecue industry. So for those that are looking for that really high-end backyard experience on an offset, they're able to do that right now, today. Getting a quote on smokeslinger.com for the Liberty 94. God bless America. Let barbecue freedom ring with the Liberty 94, the gold standard in the 24 by 48 offset backyard smoker. Available right now. Get this one, $28.99, less than the competition, with only a 4-week lead time. That means ordering today, you're getting your pit delivered to you by March 2025. Quarter-inch U.S. steel made right here in the United States of America by U.S. welders. God bless our troops. God bless America.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Sounds great, man. I can't wait for some of the videos to follow soon on that.
Yeah, did y'all do any recording while you were out there this weekend?
We did some, it was a little difficult, I'll tell you, to be able to get a little video time. We have more pictures than we do video. we came down here with all the equipment, with all the lapel mics and everything else. But you're in the presence of those that are in a competition. We weren't competing. We were here more on the lines of vendors and giving food away. However, we were making 40 pounds of chicken. I had 2 prime ribs I had to do. We had prime center cut. We call those the dino ribs. We had those to do. We were doing turkey breasts. So from Saturday through Sunday, everything was prepping and cooking as if we were in a competition. However, we're considered to be professional, so therefore we can't compete against the amateurs. It's not fair, We got to give these guys an opportunity to compete, and for us to step in where my guys are in the they're going to be in the Jack Daniels. They're going to be out there in Kansas City at the American Royal. It's not fair. My team is stacked with those that are in the World Series. They're in the Super Bowl of barbecue. So we decided to take a vendor role rather than going about competition to keep you got to keep it fair.
Right.
We would have destroyed them.
It's like someone what's that saying? They bring a knife to a gunfight or something like that.
Yeah, I would have had the snipers. That's the problem. They knew we were coming, but we were taking shots from 2 miles out and picking them off, while they were in there throwing grenades.
Yeah, Hail Marys.
Yeah, exactly. So to make the competition fair, we decided, which is right, we would do our thing, they would do their thing, but we weren't going to do competition. Besides, Lance, you have to understand, when I do barbecue, it's not about one bite. I want to put love into my food. I want people to be able to enjoy every bite, not get everything in one bite. And that's the difference between doing competition barbecue and barbecue you do in your house when you're feeding your friends and family, or if you're a caterer or restaurateur, in which you're feeding the masses and they want to come back and continue eating. Not, I took one bite of a piece of chicken or one bite of a piece of rib, and I'm going to tell you what I think based upon Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely different from competition cooking to backyard cooking, man. It's a one bite thing in competition, and that's it. That's all you got.
That's it.
We sort of kind of had that topic Sunday on our live. Same thing. There was actually people from the aquarium fish community come over to the live Sunday, and they were actually asking questions because they enjoy barbecue also, which is really sort of kind of eased my mind at making this transition of mixing my channel. But they really had a lot of questions, and that was one of the big questions right there, or what was the difference between a competition cooker and a backyard cooker, and in my opinion, a competition cooker, I'm not taking anything from them, but they have to doctor that thing up so much that one bite is what wows everybody.
Right.
I see Tony's in the Anthony is in the chat now, and he probably would be able to say that even or elaborate on that even more. But where the backyard guy, he just he's there to get that more of that smoke flavor, and instead of all the injected flavors, and pump it up with this and pump it up with that, or then it gets so salty. I enjoy the backyard cooks.
I think as far as a presentation side, us backyard guys can learn a lot from competition people, because they go out of their way to present it very well. As far as taste, we've got to scale back a little bit, because they know that they got one bite.
Right.
So that's going to be a little bit different from us to them, or the backyard thing. But as far as YouTube content creators, compared to competition barbecues, content creators. You can see that content creators that are backyard. I'm sorry. You can see that competition content creators, people that have been in the competition scene that are now content creators. You can see that their growth is a lot quicker because they've already built up a following outside of YouTube. You understand? With us, we start fresh. We don't have that following. You understand? But there's different avenues that we can both learn off each other. And I think that on the competition end, we get, how would I say, we get disvalued. They don't, how would I say, they don't, we haven't earned our, how would I say, I don't think
Easy.
they respect each other a lot more when you're in the competition team because they've seen each other's work. And YouTube, if you're just a content creator, you have to earn it. You know what I mean?
Well, Al, here's something I'm going to tell you. Okay, and we haven't discussed this much, and I know we're on a live stream, and at this point, there's no reason for me to hold back or to be ashamed or afraid about what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so follow very closely to the data. If you're Mad Scientist Barbecue, if you're Jeremy Yoder, and you have 300,000 subscribers and 1 million views, your title is being an influencer. So if you're invited someplace and you're told or you're asked to use your name, formally you're referred to and you're respected as an influencer. But if you don't influence, if you don't do your part as a so-called influencer, then you have no influence. So you can have 300,000 people that subscribe to you, and you can have your own pit. And there's things that I am not going to get into. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes down to certain events and it comes down to certain things, if you're going to influence the crowd, then you have to do just what your title is, an influencer. And if you don't influence, it doesn't make a difference how many people you have. You haven't done what you are. And eventually, you become irrelevant in this industry because you haven't influenced, which is what you are. And you can end up back in a classroom teaching science because that's what you are. You're a science teacher who calls yourself a Mad Scientist Barbecue. But your influence in the barbecue industry only goes as far as the influence that you're able to procure. And if you don't influence, then you're not influential, and eventually you fall off of this entire marketplace. Do you understand where I'm going with this, Al? You, on the other hand, congratulations on all the people you have. You truly speak out for the population of backyard people. You're an influencer in this marketplace, whether it be from the Santa Maria to the offset to the pellet grill to the gas grill. You relate to those that are the backyard cookers. And people like myself, people like Lance and others that are here. We're here because you influence us to do better. You demonstrate to us objectively what works, what hasn't worked, and you're truthful in the marketplace. And I'm going to tell you right now, we want you to continue in your success because you represent what influence is. You drive the market, and you're not afraid to talk and show what it looks like to be the backyard barbecuer. So congratulations to you at this point, Al, for being who you are and getting to where you are.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I think that Simon there is saying their chicken fried barbecues channel took off real quick. There you go. He was well known in the competition world. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yep.
And Fire Cub, Jeremy has almost 800,000. Okay, yeah, definitely. Let's get into it. Sounds like fun, Guggen. No, definitely. I mean, Dave got a point, dude. There's people that how would I say? You get to a point where you're growing. You kind of take a curve to where they're pushing you towards a product or whatnot. I understand that, man. Everybody got some.
Hey, listen, Fire Cups is correct. Jeremy gets paid thousands of dollars to fly around the country to teach barbecue. In fact, he just left for Spain before he was here. He did just that. He was out there having Spanish Iberico ham. After that, he was out there in Italy. That's all wonderful. How does that translate to you and I as the backyard person? How does that influence you and I as an he's influencing you and I to then buy a product? What does that turn into? I'm not worried about his bottom line. I'm not worried about what he makes. I'm concerned about, like everybody else, what does that look like when you try to influence the person in their backyard? So if you are Fire Cups McCool, what does that look like if you're trying to take a fire cup to light your backyard barbecue? What does that look like? Where's the influence come into?
I think that what Dave's trying to get through is that most of us are backyard barbecuers. We're never going to be competition barbecue people. We're never going to be flying at other countries to give barbecue classes. We just want to make the best barbecue we can in the backyard. Isn't that right, Dave?
I mean, that's what it comes. So that's what it comes down to. So when we look at some of the rubs, when we look at the charcoal brands, when we look at the sauce companies out there, when those are the companies that are, whether they're out of KCBS or they use in a backyard, or it's something you can pick up at your local hardware store or your backyard store, those are the companies that they don't have to come out and come forward and say, this is my name. And I have just done 35 million tons or 50 million tons of chicken rub. You've bought it already. They don't have to put their name out there. The name of their brand is there. But when you look at somebody like him, how does he promote? What influence does he have?
Well, I mean,
to be an influencer means you can't be afraid to put your name out there and demonstrate influence.
Well, this YouTube thing, it's difficult, man. Lone Bull saying Jeremy did a video about brisket process, Bar AQ barbecue, totally screwed it up, made Barba AQ look bad, and I called him out on it. A counter video that never he acknowledged. I think I saw that video. Videos like that,
Yeah.
I understand, oh, you're going, Des? Yeah, bye, Des.
Yeah.
Okay. Videos like that, I can understand, but, for me, I have I'm going through the YouTube world of videos and stuff, and I'm trying to make a name for myself. For me, I'm not going to waste that energy to call anybody out because we're all in it together, man. And I got to make my way just as they're making their way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Lance, right?
No, I agree totally. It's like you're on a camera, and I don't want to say we get more viewers. I mean, we get more viewers than a comp cooker would get, but we're exposed right now, currently at this second. So you have to be a little protective of your image. If that's what you're getting at, Al, I think that's what you're trying to say. You can't really say, talk bad about people because it's going to catch up to you quick. I think that's what you're getting at.
No, I mean, I'm conscious of what you all are saying, and I can agree with pretty much most of it, But I'm kind of like, well, I'll just keep it to myself because I got to worry about what I'm doing too. You know what I mean? I got to worry about I think my problem would be trying to fix my own pet peeves that I got on my own videos. You know what I mean? I got to do this better. I got to do that better. I'll concentrate the energy on that. But I get what you're saying, Dave. Where influencers nowadays are getting a little bit off the subject of backyard barbecue. You're not being a true backyard barbecue influencer if you can't stay true to that sense. I totally understand that. Um, you know, but I can see that some people go out of their way and really elaborate on what they're doing and all that, and that's great for their channel and all that. I mean, hey, more power to them, but that's not what I'm about. That's all I'm
I
saying.
subscribe. Listen,
I don't think that's.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I subscribe. I pay for his Patreon, but no matter who you are, I'm going to get off him. No matter who you are, if you're going to be an influencer, you have to be influential. If you're not, then how do you call yourself an influencer if you can't influence others?
Yeah,
you have to promote. You have to. If you're afraid to talk about yourself and what you have, and what you've done, then how can you represent somebody else?
I get you. Definitely.
So, Al, great point. You've got your own pit. You've got your own sauce. I'll be the first one to stand right next to you in battle, shoulder to shoulder, and tell you that hot sauce that you made and you sent to me, unsolicited, I owe nothing to you. It is one of the best hot sauces I've had. Unbiased. Greatest stuff I've had, no matter what I've put it on. Unbelievable flavor. And in the time that I've known you and I've listened to you, you have been influential in demonstrating to me objectively how great certain items have been. I may not agree every time, but I've taken the opportunity because you've influenced certain sales to try it out. And when it comes to Lance, who's on the right side of my screen at the top, Lance has pulled through now on 2 to 3 different occasions with his stitching, what he's done, subjectively, objectively. The man is a true business person. This guy, outside of barbecue, is probably one of the best, if not.
Oh, sure. Now he freezes.
He was just getting to you, man.
Just my damn luck. He freezes up.
Again, Lance, objectively, and my opinion, subjectively, this guy, when it comes down to it, is probably one of the best embroidery workers in the industry, because when he says he's going to get it done, he gets it done, and he delivers earlier than when you expect. And that is what business is about. And his prices are extremely fair. And we've all agreed, not just the people I work with, but those that saw his work Saturday and Sunday are all asking the same question. Where did you get that? Who did that? So I did, I already went ahead and I sent others through my email and all, the contact info for Lance. So when his phone starts ringing, he doesn't know where it's coming from or how they have his phone number. That was me, buddy.
I appreciate it.
You better pick up the phone.
Oh, no, we'll definitely do it. I'd rather make extra money right here out of the shop than hitting these roads, man. My knees are about gone, but you do what you got to do. I go out here and lay floor when I shouldn't be, and repair floor when I shouldn't be, or drywall work, paint, whatever it does to make the money to for these what they call glass boxes back here. My wife and I had an agreement years ago. Um, you know, what money? What's up, CJ? What money comes in from work is household money. If I want to play, with the guns, the fish tanks, the barbecue, that's something that comes out of side money. Make extra money to play for extra things. So I love the extra work. Won't hurt my feelings none.
I'm glad you feel that way because I said Lance lives in an assisted living facility. He's senile, and this helps to pay for his Medicaid.
Quick, hurry up before he loses everything.
So there's Dave. There's a guy that has transitioned from competition barbecue into a backyard barbecue guy.
Right.
This dude,
CJ, man, has done a fucking hell of a job transforming his channel from doing competition and blending the both from competition to backyard. He's done a hell of a job with his channel, man, and his growth proves it, man.
Yeah, no, it's that man, CJ. I have total respect for him. He's helped out.
You need somebody, and not let's not say just an emergency situation. However, Lance is.
There he goes again. My name is. Mention my name and he loses it totally this time. Damn it.
You mentioned Lance and then you go. Guys, there is the link for Fire Cups, another great supporter of the barbecue community. Anthony has done a hell of a job. I use his Fire Cups. You can see his logo right there. Fire Cups has done really good with the fire starters and he's very much into the competition world and making supplies and accessories for that.
Yeah, nobody say Lance. I think Chef had a question up there about more work. I don't know if I owe him something or not. We tried to salvage one of his hats, but that man has got one of the hardest logos to be stitched. We've changed it so many times. Getting the color right is what I'm always had this big fear. And if it's wrong, then it's another article that didn't get stitched correctly or something that I'm afraid of. But I think he might be talking about a cap or something. But I keep forgetting about you, Chef. I'm sorry. I think that's what he's talking about. Unless he's talking about additional new work. There he is. Dave, if you start, don't say Lance this time. Just
say that guy.
Just say that guy.
That guy.
Every time you said Lance, you shut down.
I don't. Well, clearly, God doesn't want you, and the devil's not interested in you. So you're stuck on this earth. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I hope God
Lance is a vampire, man. He's a vampire.
That's what it is. No, you're they don't want you up above or down below. So you're stuck here doing embroidery work for the common man like me and Al.
Ditches and bitches.
That's the way that it goes, pal.
That's the way, just like a vampire.
If you stick with Al, at some point he's going to send you a vibrator and some hot sauce.
That's the best thing.
One of each.
This is all Al's fault.
I'm sticking here for the vibrator.
I'm only where I am because of this fool in the Hollywood Square upper left-hand corner. He started this problem. This is him. Yeah. So if you want to call me the COVID-19 virus, he's the Wuhan lab. How do you guys keep freezing on me? Yeah,
I'm not freezing.
Al is the Wuhan lab. He's the market where the pangolin was.
That's hilarious, man. Lone Bull
Now,
saying
oh boy, now Lance is frozen.
just
Nah.
ordered one of the off eat your side. How's bad is the habanero sauce gonna tear me up? Just a gringo near Houston here, not used to the rough stuff. Well, it's not really
No,
that rough
no,
there.
no, no. It is completely tolerable. Whether you put it on eggs, potatoes, a steak, vegetables, it's got a mild to medium burn in the beginning, but it doesn't burn on the way out. Great stuff. Great stuff. You're not going to be sitting in church taking a holy you know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Let's see
Al's
here.
next thing is how to smoke bat meat.
No, at line night, you win the internet.
Yeah, I was wondering what
I
she
really
was
want to
eating
say
on that one.
something appropriate, but
Yeah, I was
You know,
wondering.
I
was
would
she
love to hear what that inappropriate thing is.
Yeah.
I would love to see him smoke a bat. Al, that's not a bad idea. You get a hold of some type of street rodent and you cook that. You do some roadkill one night.
I have a bat house right next to my balcony, up in the backyard, and top of the backyard shack, the barbecue shack. But I don't know if I've ever seen a bat go into the house, but I've seen bats around the house flying, erratically. But I've never seen them go inside. I'm almost Tony Robbins is losing followers after seeing this cat promo.
No.
I was fortunate enough at one point to get a hold from Anthony his number 001 prototype on his chimney. And I'm afraid to use it. It's so beautiful. It's so nice with the wooden handle. He's a very generous individual. He one of the contests either you had or somebody else had was the opportunity to win the very first chimney from Fire Cups. I have it. I really should use it on a video, but it's such a nice piece. It's almost like it's a museum piece. I'm honored to be able to have it, and I don't want to ruin it. And I thank Anthony for sending me over. He did send me some for free, but before I knew Anthony, I learned about Fire Cups right here through you, Al. I bought his Fire Cups. I bought medium and large size Fire Cups to be able to
They're
use.
fucking awesome, dude.
They're unbelievable. Then I won a contest here, and he sent me over the original one. And I don't want him to feel that I'm not appreciative for what he had sent over. I love the Fire Cups. The rationale behind why I don't use that is because in my heart of hearts, I believe that he really deserves that back. That's where he kind of started off. And I don't want to ruin such a beautiful item. Even if it was a prototype and he's made 4 or 5 different revisions since then, it's too nice to be able to use. I don't want to burn it up. I feel like one day I should pay it forward and give it to the next person. So, Anthony, if you're listening and you see this, the reason why it's never been used, the reason why I've never put it on video, is not because I don't want to. I would love to use it. I don't want it to disrespect it by burning it. I want to be able to give the next person along the line that the trophy. Like, you've now earned this. And as the evolution of Fire Cups and my evolution continues, I want to pay that forward to that next person.
That's cool. Simon is saying, Al, you can make the Ozzy Osbourne smash burger.
We made
What's
smash burgers this week. We made a ton. I made like 50 pounds of smash burgers this weekend. Yeah.
what is the Ozzy Osbourne
Now I'm
smash
looking
burger?
at the comments to see what people are saying.
Ozzy Osbourne, he wanted to bit the head off of a bat.
Yes.
Okay. I guess like a bat topped burger, smash burger. Let me get
Yeah,
another beer. This is
that's
getting
why.
more interesting. I need to go get another beer.
You know, it would be interesting if somebody real country, decided to do whether it's bats or squirrel in that area. It doesn't necessarily have. Oh no, we're down. Oh, we're back again. If somebody out did something come the fall, the spring, with squirrels, a squirrel stew, ground squirrel. I'm not that daring, but I do know that when we look at the population of Americana, that there's a lot more people that have access to squirrels than they do some large game. And somehow took somebody seasoning and here and did backyard barbecue on squirrels. We never know. So here, Lone Ball Barbecue. I'll be doing squirrels sometimes this year. See, so there's a gentleman who can, because he's stepping up to the plate, does something with squirrel. I have to think that outside those that are very much into being in a civic park situation understands that that's a delicious piece of free meat living in the trees. It's the chicken of the trees.
Free meat.
I would love to see it.
I've never had squirrel. Had dove, quail.
Yeah.
But I've never had squirrel.
Well, somebody's gonna have.
You got to think that if you started off with the squirrel and you smoked it, and then when you get to a certain point, you take it and put it into your stew, or you put it into some type of gravy. Help me out with this one, Al. There was a seasoning I had in Texas just a couple of weeks back. It was not asado. It sounded like asado. It was something else. That was a gravy, delicious stuff that could be made into a stewed taco meat.
Carne asada.
Asada, thank you. Exactly that. So take that seasoning and smoke the squirrel and make it into just that type of gravy meat and put that into a tortilla.
Yeah. I remember you showing me the
The bottle.
right.
Yeah.
The bottle.
That stuff is delicious. I wish I would have brought it down here. Nobody in South Florida knows what that is.
Yeah, let me see if I can show a clip real quick on that.
Sure.
Give me a second. Oh wow, the
Yeah,
bottle.
so David Hernandez named it Fiesta Carne with a G Guisada.
Yeah.
And Lone Bull Barbecue, same thing. Great idea. Squirrel Guisada. Not the gerbil, the Guisada. Although gerbil, you got to go to the pet store. Some kid is losing a pet that night.
Yeah, I think there we go here. Let me get to the video real quick. So here we go. So here we go. Let me present it. Of course, I have the audio off, so I won't get a copyright strike. Let me share the screen real
Sure.
quick. Okay, so right there is where I'm starting to do the carne asada. It's actually cut up chuck steak meat, and there you see me searing it, browning it.
Yep.
And it starts releasing these juices. You see that, and then I'm gonna put my regular tomato, garlic, and onion, and so you put that in there, and that, of course, has water in itself, right? So you're gonna get more water being released within the pre-stew there, and so in just a bit you'll see how I add the carne guisada mixture. Just a bit here. So there I'm adding what is equivalent to the rotel tomatoes and chiles, a little bit more spices and whatnot, tomatoes and green chilies in there. And then here you'll see me add a little bit of cumin, grounded cumin. And you can't skip this because cumin really makes this this beef stew into a really great Mexican beef stew. It's still not over. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna put in a little bit of bay leaf, dried bay leaf. So you can start seeing. There you go. So you can start seeing how the stew starts getting brown. I'll put the bay leaves in, but of course, the meat is still cooking. And you can't add that carne guisada mix till you get a little bit further down the cook, where the meat starts tenderizing and it starts breaking down those that chuck steak. There's my backyard. I do a little bit of mix, and then you'll see me. You can see the juices of the meat, and there's that carne
That's
guisada
it.
seasoning.
That's the
Put it
that's the
in
stuff.
Put it in the glass, and, and now we're gonna add some water. Add some water. Get yourself a spoon. Mix the flour and other seasonings in, and there you go. If you were to add the powder straight to the meat, you would get little plots of flour. So that's why you mix it before you add it. Now you start seeing the stew.
But that wasn't flour in the shaker, right?
And I'll pour it in.
It's in the shaker.
The flour
That
was in the
flour.
shaker? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the shaker. There's flour with other seasonings. Now look at this pool right here. Boom.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Look how tender that thing is. Look at that. Now, this is what we call a beef and cheese carne guisada taco. Look at that cheese melting on that beef stew, Mexican beef stew. It's a fucking beautiful dish. It's one of our most famous dishes here in South Texas. Look at that. Look at that juice. Oh my God. Man, I'm getting hungry just looking at my own fucking video. Okay, that's enough of that because I'm getting too hungry.
Please do me a favor. Come up with your own variety of that. I really need you to have that. I need, like, the same way that Al Fragoni has his chimichurri, which is an amazing chimichurri. I need you to have that. I need you to have your own brand so that I can go out there running with your name.
Come up with a mix, you mean?
Yeah, I need you to have that. I need the Al Lunacy Carne Guisada. The same way that Al Fragoni has his chimichurri, and his chimichurri, hands down, is amazing. Whether you use it as just a dry seasoning or you add in your vinegar and your oil, I need you to have your own, because who better to speak for that type of recipe than Al Lunacy, who's in South Texas talking about his own cuisine.
Oh man.
I know you never thought about it. I'm giving you the idea. I think that you're the best brand ambassador for your own brand with your own flavor.
Yeah, definitely something I'd love to look into, man.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, man. I if I ever were to start a food truck, that would be one of my dishes. What I just presented to you. Of course, I didn't tell you all my secrets, but I told you most of my secrets there.
Yes.
There's a couple of secrets.
I think you're bigger than a food truck.
There's a couple of
I
secrets.
think you're a lot bigger than a food truck. You're just ow. You have the potential to be a whole lot more than a food truck. You're not the guy that shows up at the roadside stand. You're not the one that shows up at the local craft festival. You have the personality, and you have the correct cultural know-how to be able to create, from what you understand, what's necessary in that bottle to make specifically that carne guisada for the rest of us who don't have access to that nationwide.
I tell you what, man, when I do my retirement party and I'm going to be serving carne asada, and Simon is going to be in charge of fucking either making a good guacamole or a good salsa to go with it, man. Because I know Simon's going to be drunk off his ass, so I'm going to have to tell him to make it before he gets drunk.
Right.
It'd be better anyway. Let them flavors marry. They'd be better anyway.
You're going to need a soup kettle that they have on like the USS Constitution. You're going to need one of those like gigantic type of like 500-gallon soup kettles of stew like that. You're in trouble when you ask for it because it's going to come.
Simon missed that.
Heard of carne asada until I moved to Texas 5 years ago. Now it's our favorite meal. Wow.
See that? Look at the comments coming in. People
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
who are
You missed the last one, Sal.
Oh,
Simon,
I did?
Yeah. Simon missed a part of what he was involved in.
I think I was too far away from the router.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a cold one right now too. It's time for a cold beer.
Hell yeah, man.
So, Al, you created an amazing hot sauce. Now it's time for you to dominate the carne guisada scene. And with that said, it's time for the first beer of the night, sponsored by Golden Monkey Triple IPA with 9.5% alcohol.
Holy
Bam.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't mess with South Florida.
Des, where you at, Des?
Oh, back outside. If I was in Pennsylvania right now, we have a snowstorm. However, I'm here in South Florida, and I'm having to suffer in this beautiful weather with I don't know. It's suffering. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and it's February. This is amazing.
Lance can understand that because Lance, how cold is it out where you're at?
Right now, it's actually we're coming down off of a warm spell. We're 38 right now, but we have freezing rain, sleet all day tomorrow afternoon.
Oh my God, man. So Lance, let me ask you, like, you have central air, right?
Yeah.
So how do you gauge that? Do you put it on heat or do you just let the insulation off your house work for itself and just turn off your AC?
No, you just switch it over to heat. So I have a AC heating coil condenser, but I have a oil fired furnace for heat.
Oh,
I don't have one of those electric heat pumps. I would never
gotcha.
buy it. You know, they said, you know, you need this, it's more efficient. They don't put nowhere near the heat that oil fire does. It's just more, to me, you know, you run it less because it puts out more true heat. It's like out here in this shop. I mean, this is a 30 by 30. I got that big old wood stove over there, and I actually am going to miss it when the weather warms up because I love sitting here burning wood. That's why I just went over to add some more wood in there. I got my dog in here. He stays in here overnight, so I'd keep it warm for him. But I love burning wood, man. There ain't nothing like it. I like my seasons, you know.
Who stays out there again, you said?
Wheels, the dog.
Oh, oh wow. I'm sure he's appreciative for that. You keep it warm for him.
Oh, he loves it. He's got a big old bed. He's got a fluffy blanket right now he's curled up into. Actually, my wife the other day, she came in here in the morning. She beats me out here in the morning. And she said she felt bad for waking him up because he was still covered up. Um, I'll cover him up with a blanket before I go to bed. She said he was still covered up with the blanket the other morning when she came in. She felt bad having to wake him up. He loves it out here. Does what he wants, you know. Protects my Chevelle. Protects my cooking stuff, my grills, other properties out here. He's a good dog. He's old.
You got a question there, Dave. The Moose. Hey, Dave, where are you in PA? He right now he's in Florida, but
Yeah.
we're
Right now,
talking
I'm
about.
down in I'm in the Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale area. That's the best way to give it to you, triangulating.
But when you're at home, you're like close to the New York PA line, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in when I'm up that way, I'm in the Poconos.
There you go, the Moose. Yeah, I think that I haven't even checked my phone. Oh, Simon was sending me a picture of the
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I guess he is close to Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, okay. I see you. Well, good deal. I'll send that out. Send it out by the end of the week. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Let me just read this, and I'll be right back.
So when you
I
head
put in
back,
the Bluetooth headphones, hoping that this makes for better audio quality. I wasn't sure beforehand. The way that I was presenting was a little tone deaf. Does it sound any better now?
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Let me check the chat. It's always good. I love seeing what other people are talking about. So Dumoose is saying Eastern PA. Yes, he's completely correct. I'm in northeastern PA, not too far from where the Shawnee Ski Mountains are. Let's go back. What do we have here? 1969. I don't know what that's in. Mar-a-Lago, yes. So here's what was so interesting. I was here Saturday, and I was passing the West Palm Beach Airport, and I was able to take pictures as I was driving past. Air Force One was there, meaning that Trump was in town here in Mar-a-Lago. So as I drove past at about 80 miles an hour, I had the phone in my right hand snapping pictures of the president's plane right here, Trump in town at Mar-a-Lago.
Here's someone's bird.
Okay,
So
so
you
give me
hear
a
the bird
second.
behind me? Yeah.
Piss, and then I'm gonna do an announcement real quick on what's coming up real quick. Give me a piss. Give me a piss break, and I'll be right back.
Oh, enjoy yourself. Just make sure you don't pull a naked gun and you have that in your ear if you're taking a piss. What else do we have here? Going through. So Dumoose is in Western New York. I went to school at the University of Buffalo. Very well versed in much of Western New York, especially Buffalo wings. All right, that's all I got as far as that goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to chat with David here a little bit. So when you head back, Dave?
Well, I was supposed to come back on Monday, but because of the snow, my flight was canceled. So the next earliest flight is tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. So I'm having to suffer. You know, I really wanted to be home in the snow, gray skies. Every day looks worse than the next. But I'm having to suffer here in the land of palm trees, warmth, pools, and no snow, and no need to put salt outside to melt the ice. So it's been a tough 3 days.
Yeah, my buddy and his wife just left there, Fort Myers area. I go down there. I used to go down there 10 days at a time, a couple times a week. They moved to Arkansas about 2 years ago, so I haven't been back since. And, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, it's cool. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there personally.
I don't know. It's February, and I can be out here cooking and grilling and doing everything. Whereas if I'm at home, I'm limited to what I can do outside because of the weather.
Yeah, it's their winter right now, but I don't know. I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I like my seasons, you know, and
Right.
I don't want to sweat in winter.
Hey guys, so quick announcement here. This is the first announcement. You're gonna hear it first before it goes out in other channels. Old Country Barbecue Pits out of Laredo, Texas, is getting ready to launch their brand new G3 Generation 3 Old Country Barbecue Pits insulated barbecue smoker. I am a prototype tester for it. I had held off announcing it, but now I'm announcing it. It's being shipped to me right now, and I will be providing new content on it before it gets to stores in April or May. Heard it here first.
Yeah. Congratulations, buddy. Congrats.
Thanks, buddy. So I don't know nothing of it. They just I don't know have no details there, Simon. It might be bigger than the previous G2 smoker. There's a G2 smoker. It's a little bit small compared to other backyard smokers, but it's a backyard smoker, right? But they're coming up with a Generation 3 smoker. Also probably insulated firebox, and I'll be receiving it in the coming weeks, and I'll start releasing content on it as soon as it's right.
What's the model again?
Generation 3, G3.
That's just what they're calling it?
Huh?
That's just what they're calling it? The model is a Gen 3?
Yes, G3.
Was it?
So I have the Generation 2. I have the Generation 2 smoker. It's an insulated firebox. Very efficient on burning wood. But I don't know what the G3 is about. Supposedly they made improvements. I don't know, man. The G2 works like a dream, man. It works awesome.
Is the G3 built upon the Picos or the Brazos frame?
Brazos. That's what I was thinking about.
Neither. It's a smaller pit. I think they took ideas from the Brazos, but it doesn't have the same dimensions. It has a thinner, longer stack, and of course the firebox is insulated. I could tell you that I burn very, very little wood when I'm using it. The way I like to use it, because a lot of people say there's a downside to it. You don't get enough smoke flavor. Now, you're talking about an offset, and you're saying you don't get enough smoke flavor.
All right.
But okay.
Can't figure that. You used to be able to get the Bravos from Academy Sports, right? I'm thinking of the same one.
Yeah. It's in the Academy Sports, yeah. And so what I like to do is when I'm feeding the fire, once I got my coal base fire, I'm feeding it. My coal base fire is mesquite lump charcoal, and then I'm feeding it posto. I'll throw a lump charcoal of mesquite lump, and then I'll throw it a split of posto. So I'm getting that continuous burn of lump charcoal along with a split. You understand? So I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm getting a stronger wood, but a lump charcoal based wood, mesquite wood flavor, and a mild flavor wood like posto. So there's a balance in wood flavors there. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you, man, when I made that lamb and I was using that combination of wood, man, to me, it's the best. It's the best offset flavor, man. It's the fucking bomb, man.
So Al, what you just did in talking about how you manage your firebox is very unique. And I'm going to tell you where you just went with this is where a lot of people would respect what you're talking about. And here's why. Starting off with the lump charcoal to get your pit going, to get those hot coals, is an excellent modality to get the fire going. It's very simple. It's a lot easier to get the lump charcoal lit exactly. Than it is to get the wood. So I'm not selling. I do work in the sales and marketing aspect, but I'm not selling here. when you go back to Anthony and you talk about fire cups, using the lump charcoal, using Anthony's product to get the lump charcoal lit is 110% the way to go. After that, your wood splits. I like the post oak over a lot of other woods. And here, I had to import that in this weekend. I had to take a third of a cord and I had to bring it in from Texas, the post oak, because I want to cook on that. But once I have,
Jack while you're there.
What's that?
Should got blackjack oak while you're there.
No. I wanted Texas post oak, so that's what I had brought in. Somebody else wanted pecan. They had that brought in from Georgia. That's what they want to cook on. We're the only two people that had to have very specific woods. We were, that's just the way that we cook. But with what I'm going with Al here is once that you have a charcoal bed going, no matter what offset you're using, you're able to then just lay your wood on top, and it's so nicely every 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. You just put a couple of splits, one or two in, and the fire's going. So the hickory is nice in moderation. I really like that whole post oak. So once I have a charcoal bed going, I'm not ever putting more charcoal in. It's always going to be splits of wood.
Got you. But for me, I like the stronger taste of mesquite, even if it's not charcoal. So I'll put one little chunk of mesquite lump, and then I'll put one post oak to keep the balance of strong wood versus mild wood. You can do this. You can do the same with other woods. You could do it with cherry wood, and you can do it with regular oak. I don't like oak personally. I don't. But the two woods, if I had to choose two woods from Texas, it's pecan and it's post oak.
Okay.
Besides my coal bed being mesquite. I like to use those three woods because I think that it gives the best flavor. If I were to do chicken, I would do hickory wood, and I would do apple wood as a supplement to feed the fire, because they give a sweet base taste to chicken or pork. Those are the best woods I like for that type of meat.
What you just came up with in this conversation back and forth is a whole nother video. I can't tell you how many people, when it comes to just back and forth conversation, that it gets down to what wood should I use? How do I blend my woods? How do I light a fire? How do I put the fire out? There's so much right there that goes over our heads. We don't realize that people don't have that education. They don't have that knowledge of knowing how to simply light the fire, decide the flavor profile they want, what different type of woods affect the food, what foods go with what woods, and then later on, how do you put the fire out? You've got a whole, I just gave you 6 different videos of content to put out there to educate the public.
No. I mean, for me, I do this for fun, but but for me, I've already come to a point where I know the best flavors of wood to use for what I'm cooking, and for me, I do that day in and day out. I think that I in the beginning I didn't capitalize on that and start informing the public what I was doing. I would just say I'm doing this and that without emphasizing what I was actually doing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But now I'm thinking, you know what? I need to go back and reevaluate what I was doing and simplify it. You know what I mean? For me, that's always been a thing. I took it for granted that that's just the natural thing I'm doing, and not realizing that I got to inform the people the process I'm taking.
Correct.
But I mean, that's what's worked for me, and
Yep.
everyone that's come over has said, "Wow, man!" To me, pellet companies are doing it. They're blending wood. Why not do it on an offset? You know what I mean?
Or on your Santa Maria. When you
Exactly.
fire that Santa Maria up and you've got a good coal bed going, you
Oh,
had to burn wood down in order to get that coal bed. So what are
oh,
you shoveling in underneath in order to create that smoke, in order to create that flavor of whatever proteins you're cooking? The juices are coming down. As that juice comes down and it sizzles, the smoke is wafting back up, and now it's integrating into whatever it is that you're cooking. So these different flavors of woods are very important to the end product of whatever you're preparing.
definitely, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I mean,
Al's my guy. You see this? This is why I enjoy talking to him.
no, it's a lot of fun, man. I mean, things like this, man, excite me without even realizing that we're getting there, man. It's a lot of fun, man. And it's fun having you guys, you, Lance, Dave. I mean, you guys bring to the table different experiences, and Lance. I mean, what's real unique about Lance is his his interminglings with the Amish, dude. They bring a lot of recipes to the table, dude. He sent me this jalapeno pepper jelly that I
Yeah.
want to integrate in one of my videos, but I'm so backed up with shit that I got to get done. And I
Did you
just
try any of
announced
it?
this. I got it. I got it. It looks fucking awesome, man. I want to make cornbread with it and then put it on top, Lance.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be. I'm gonna. How long does it stay good?
Oh, it should be good for a while. I just finished a jar. It's probably been almost a year in the refrigerator.
Okay. Yeah, because these people. Yeah, so these people, Old Country just said they're sending it over. So I mean, besides the other videos that I gotta get done, and then Dave, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. With whatever the other project, you know, whenever you're ready. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say anything.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't. We cannot
Yeah, yeah,
discuss
it's
that.
okay. Fine,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Lance, what is the one thing in barbecue that you would say is what got you to where you are? What is your favorite barbecue item that you prepare?
Who's he asking?
You, Lance, what's your favorite? What is the one thing in barbecue that's like, that's your favorite item? If you had to think of what brought you to where you are today, what made you, what influenced you to be where you are in barbecue today?
Uh, Pork ribs. I absolutely love pork ribs. I can never get enough pork ribs. I think there's so much flavor in them. Um, Unless you destroy them cooking, they're normally nice and moist. Um, Pork ribs. I'm a baby back person too. I prefer a baby rib back over a St. Louis style rib or spare rib.
Right. Well, as you mentioned that, I was going to ask, is it the full slab? Is it the St. Louis or is it the baby back? But you had already, as yeah, I guess you had saw what was inside my head as a follow up, and that's exactly what I was going to ask next. For you, it's the baby back. Is it because that's what's closest to the loin, so it's a little bit more tender versus St. Louis, which is closer to the bacon meat?
I think it's more tender, and it's to me, it's just meatier. I mean, you get a meatier cut from the baby back. As the bone tapers out, I mean, there ain't nothing there to eat. As far as I'm concerned, I just prefer the baby backs. They're always meatier. They've got, I'm not the membrane. I don't like on being left on, but the fat. I mean, I like to leave some fat on the on the rib. I don't always trim all the fat off before I cook the ribs. So, because I'm also I like to hang ribs versus laying ribs down on a grate, cooking them, wrapping them. I just hang them, and even those are usually a no wrap, but I do wrap them sometimes after I get a nice color on them, nice cook before they're finished. I will put them, wrap them, and put the grate in, and then lay them down on a grate, and sort of sauce them. This is another conversation we had Sunday. I'm also, I mean, sort of my sister. She's a dry rib person, and I tell you,
Hmm.
man, I've sort of kind of getting into dry ribs here lately versus a sauced rib. But um, I think when you do take them from laying them down, I like a butter in there also, in the rib. Um,
Lance, I was gonna say that the most of the times when I seen you cook ribs, you're doing it on the Kamado that you got, correct?
Kamado or that Bronco. I had it. I had the Amish make a wire. It's actually like 3/16, I think it was, stainless steel rod that they shaped to a drawing. I gave them measurements from the inside of my Bayou Classic, and they made me a rack where I can hang from that Kamado. So
So,
I gotta
do
say
you
that
prefer low and slow, or are you a hot and fast?
low and slow, but a lot of times I catch myself having to cook hot and fast. Because I'm doing something else. I get so hung up on trying to catch up on videos or doing something around the house, whatever. Then next thing you know, Sunday again. I'm using last Sunday. It's another prime example. I mean, I started to cook. Our weather just went. It was like 57 degrees, and it went to like 32 degrees in just a few hours, and I lost heat. I had plenty of coal in my basket in the Weber, but it just got so cold, it was hard to keep the temps up. But that cook, I tried to rush it, and I finished it up during the live, because I just didn't. It just took so long. Meatballs, smoking meatballs. It was like a 4-hour cook time the thing was done, but it was really only running about 200 degrees, and I didn't want to take them to get it too crazy high. It was a big rack, wire rack that I set inside the kettle. So I was only but so far away from the coals. So I didn't want to stoke it up too much. I kept a nice fire, but it was fire management, but I didn't want to stoke it up too much where I got too much heat in there. Everything near the fire was going to burn up on me, I don't care how many times you turn that wire rack, you're still going to get, something to dry out on you. All you got to do is forget about it for 10 minutes and you got a hot spot, or a dry area on the meatballs. But they turn out great, man. That cream cheese filling inside those meatballs, that jalapeno, and that sweet bourbon peach sauce, the meatballs were bomb. They were sweet. They were great. Loved them. Absolutely loved them. I will be
I
doing
can
them again.
imagine. I can imagine, Lance, how good they were because I make the frozen ones that I buy off the store, and
Right.
I do them low and slow, and eventually you smoke them for 2 hours or so. They're gonna get a crisp texture on the outer realm. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then and these are frozen ones, not stuff that you make homemade. So if these taste great, I can imagine the ones you make homemade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the spicy breakfast pork sausage I buy locally from a guy that makes it. I make my own breakfast sausage links here and some loose meat, but you know, for me to make it, I mean, I'm buying it from him for like $3 or something a pound. You can't. It's not worth it. And I, be honest with you, his breakfast sausage is better than
Don't
mine.
say loose. Don't say loose meat too long, loud, Lance, because people get the wrong impression of you.
Yeah, but he has a real spicy breakfast sausage, which I like. You don't have to. You get mild or spicy. So just a mixture of the the jalapeno bacon beef burger that I grind with that mixed in with that spicy breakfast sausage, man, they just had so much flavor, so moist. Wasn't nothing dry about them. The jalapenos that were inside of there, I mean, they were just great. The cheddar cheese, I wish I didn't shortcut and buy a bag of the shredded. I wish I actually shredded my own or cut up some chunks. I should have done that, but I saw it coming. It was starting to get dark. I'm finishing stuff that I had to do around the house. I knew I had a live to bring up, and
Yeah.
and it always comes back to having to record. Everything you do. If you didn't have to record your cook, you could have been done. An hour earlier than it actually was.
It's much easier doing it for yourself than recording it for YouTube. Definitely.
I saw, and I was sitting
Definitely.
there thinking about it, Al, on actually during this live, towards the beginning of the live. I really want to focus probably tomorrow um, on doing voiceovers. That alone is just a time saver. And making sure, like I have on this last video, the same video we're talking about, I have no idea what's going on with my mics, the wireless mics. They're coming in bursting with loud. They're bursting loud, picking up everything in the room and magnifying it like tenfold. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I talk, they kick back down to almost normalcy. Where when I got into editing the video, I still had to turn the volume down and the clips. So that's
Lance, so my advice to you would be just talk over it like you would normally.
right,
And and there's going to be parts that you said something stupid or something that didn't go with the video.
right,
Voice over that. You know what I
right.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. I want to probably as soon as tomorrow just start working on that voiceover, so I don't have to try and correct all the issues with the audio from the mics. I mean, I've lost probably 2 videos off the top of my head that I can't post because there's no audio. The mics didn't load up. They didn't pair. They lost for some reason. I turned
But
something else on
it's still usable, Lance, if you
if
voice
I
over.
did a talkover, right?
Yeah.
But with the
So
DaVinci editing software, it can be done. I have done it, but it's very difficult. Very
yeah.
difficult.
So you'll see me in my videos switch from back and forth. You'll see me do voiceover, and then you'll see me talking at the moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I switch back and forth to it, but at the end, I always end with a voiceover. You know what I mean? I mean, it just lends to a more smoother, more fluid video. If you don't do it and you're always doing video and you're talking over it as you're filming it, you're gonna fuck up. You're not that perfect. Nobody's that
Right.
perfect. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. No, I agree with you 100%. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I had the little lapel mic that I was using before um, that I took off of the receiver, and I used it on the laptop to go into DaVinci to do a talkover. But I didn't even like that. I mean, it sounded fake. And the other issue I had with it is that every time you clicked in and clicked off, you could hear it in the audio. It wasn't a smooth on, smooth off.
Gotcha.
So I need to get a different mic. I just need um, to stop fighting it and just do it, and stop relying on those wireless mics because they've got me through a lot of videos, but they've cost me several videos. And I mean, I even had it when I unfortunately, it was the 10-minute video. So I didn't watch the whole thing after I recorded before I was getting ready to push, send. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I did check where all my fades were. I did, check that kind of stuff through each frame. And then I started hearing that clipping. So I had to go back through and I had to knock the volume down on every frame.
Or,
But then,
I'll tell you what, Lance, you can have the perfect 4K video of a product of a barbecue cook that you had, totally detailed and all that. And Dave, let me know if I'm wrong on this. If there's any clipping or there's a lot of air while you're talking, it'll totally mess up that video. Even
oh
if your
yeah,
shots are fucking badass and this and that,
yeah,
but if there's a lot of background noise and hissing and all that, you already fucked it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I went back to give myself an extra view. I went back to Stitch Art Embroidery and watched Sleeper's video, and that's when I actually had to go back and in the description of the video and apologize because I had missed some of the clippings, the clips in the audio. So, and I should have listened to the whole thing, but it was a 10-minute video. I was like, man, I just don't want to listen to this whole thing again. I need to go get the meatballs cooking. I'm just done with this. I need to get going. I can't spend no more time on that. And that's why the talkovers would be so much better, but because I could do that anytime. So I could download the video into
You can
DaVinci and
always
come
go
back
back.
at any time and talk over it.
And Lance, let me give you a little word of advice. If you write it out in a notepad or in a Word document off to the side and you look at the video and you just read it out, it makes things so much more fluid. You know what I mean? Don't try to wind it saying, okay, I got to say this, and then you're going to fuck it up as you're looking at the video. Have it written down and then say it. You know what I mean?
Right. I'll do that with my recipes. If it's recipes that I generate or recipes I tweak, I always write that down because I know, I'll forget something, because I don't really, I'm not really, I prefer not to be a measurement person. I want to put in something into a sauce because I love sauces. To be able to put into a sauce and taste it to flavor. Um, that's just me. But you got to learn that there are sauces that aren't going to. And I'm sitting there talking, and I'm waiting for Munchie Mafia to come in because some of the things I've seen them cook or heard them cook.
Oh, she does great,
they
man.
have
She does
skills.
great.
Yeah, they have skills. So for me to sit here and say what I'm about to say, I'm probably going to get critiqued. But I'm sorry, But there are sauces that you find, just like you were talking about the guacamole earlier with Simon. To me, that's something that's going to sit and have to blend overnight, or 30 some hours, whatever you want to say, before it's actually served. I figured that out on an Alabama white sauce a couple years ago. It was sort of like an accident that turned out great. I tasted an Alabama white sauce that I used right after I made it, and I was like, this is pretty good. But then I made an Alabama white sauce another time, and I couldn't get the cook done, so I put it in the refrigerator, and it not only thickened up, which I knew it would do, but I did. It was unbelievable to me the differences in the flavors between those two Alabama white sauces. The one same recipe, just one sat in the refrigerator that much longer, and it's like your soups and your chilies and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff tastes better to me. But sitting overnight now, steak off a grill. I ain't sitting nowhere overnight. I'm ready to eat that right now. You can always add, you can't subtract. That's true, but what I'm getting at is some of the stuff, I may taste right now, and like, damn, that's pretty good. But then, a few hours later, 6 hours, 12 hours later, damn, that's real good.
Definitely, man. Dave, we were talking about meatballs earlier, man. Any meatball frozen meatball that you can recommend or recipe that you have off the top of your head that's easy to give to the viewers for Super Bowl Sunday, Kaiser?
Easy. You got to have the Trinity. You need three meats. You have to have your veal, you got to have your pork, you got to have your beef. Those are the threes that come together. If you're going to meet your meatballs, whatever you're going to do from that point forward, I'm not a big fan of bread. I'll tell you, with Italian culture, they like to add in, whether it be breadcrumb, sometimes even Wonder Bread, stale Italian bread from a couple of days beforehand. That tends to be added in there. I'll add a little bit of eggs. Sometimes I'll add either Italian breadcrumb or some panko breadcrumb just to dry it up a little bit. The only reason why is if you start working with certain types of beef. I love Wagyu beef. It's well known. I love Kobe beef. Well known. No secrets here. The fat content in that is so high that in order to absorb some of that grease, I need a binder in there. So I'm adding in ground veal, a beef, ground pork, highly fat, and then that Wagyu beef, that Kobe beef. So I dry it out a little bit. I use the eggs, not the egg whites, the whole egg, the yellows and the whites. I beat that together and I add it in, and I mix it together with some other seasonings, a lot of garlic, a lot of onion powder, salt, and pepper. Very simple. Usually we're doing SPG. In this case, I add in the dried onion flakes because raw onion introduces more water to the mix, and I'm trying to dry it out a little bit by adding that bread in to absorb that in. I will fry my meatballs in a cast iron pan just until they're browned on the outside. And then what I do is I'll put them onto a wire rack on a cookie sheet so that as they're baking in the oven, and I do this so that I can reduce the amount of grease, because if I fry them the whole way, they're ultimately delicious, but at my age, and my family, I'm worried about having cardiac issues. I don't want anybody to have clogged arteries. Grease is, all that fat. Fat is flavor. It's true. And it's in moderation, that's fine. But if you're going to eat one meatball after another, all that grease, we have to be hard conscious. So I will start with the fry. I'll let them fry in their own grease. Put them onto a baking rack, a cookie rack, a drying rack that's inside of a cookie rack, one inside the other, and put that in the oven to finish them off so that all the grease strips out. And I usually do that two sizes. Either they're about walnut size, about this size, or I do them a little bit larger where they're about a hardball size. And they're delicious. It's easy to break them apart, dip them in your favorite sauce, and pop them in your mouth. Or traditional Sunday dinner. This is when we have a little piece of pork, we have our meatball, we have our sausage, and we cook this all together, ultimately, with our pasta and our ricotta cheese in a red sauce, and that's our Sunday dinner. I call that a sauce. In Philadelphia, they call that a gravy. There's always and I'm in Pennsylvania, there's always going to be that argument back and forth of did you make Sunday sauce or Sunday gravy? As far as the Super Bowl is concerned, I'm having sausage and meatballs and pork chops, and that's it. The pasta, if it happens, it happens. If not, it doesn't make a difference. Gravy, sauce, same thing. Great football game.
Gotcha. That's cool, man. I mean,
Yeah.
different perspectives, different folks, definitely.
Rich Cracker was saying earlier in the chat, Rich Crackers is what I've sort of kind of going towards versus a bread. I like the
Okay.
flavor of Ridge Cracker.
See, so now you brought in yet another flavor by going to the Ritz cracker, which is closer than the saltine, but you have a dried out cracker, a little bit of salt. You're introducing a different type of dried or baked bread that now has the salt built into it, and you're putting that into your meat. You're taking your chopped meat, your minced meat, and you're combining it in there. And I'm sure that's extremely delicious. It's just when we're looking at traditional Italian meatballs, it's a different modality of doing it.
No,
Nothing
definitely.
different. It's just what you're accustomed to.
Right. Yep.
Now, if I'm Lance, no offense, I'm looking at crabs and I'm trying to figure out how I'm taking blue collar crabs and doing something with those on Super Bowl Sunday because Lance is in Maryland and he has access to one of my favorite foods, which is the blue claw crab. Uh, I don't. The season hasn't opened yet, has it?
Uh, well, actually, if I was to go this direction, Maryland waters goes over to Virginia line, which is just miles from me. In Virginia,
Right.
they just passed a law where they can crab the Maryland waters all year round.
Wow.
Maryland, we closed the season down to keep to keep the numbers up on the crabs. We've done that for years, but just I think it was last year, year before, Virginia passed a law where the watermen can crab all year round, and our waters goes up right to the dirt on
Yeah.
Virginia's line. So, what do you
So,
do?
Al, when you're talking about the uniqueness, I know we're talking about meatballs, but when you're talking about different flavors, you're in South Texas. He's just like me, the Mid Atlantic, the Northeast. There are certain things that, whether you're in your region or in our region, that um, just delicious fare. Lance has the availability of making crab cakes because of Virginia year round. Texas, especially South Texas, does not have that accessibility. The blue claw crab has so many utility purposes: a red sauce, a garlic sauce, a white sauce, Old Bay seasoning, taking the meat and making it into a crab cake. We have all these other utility purposes into a soup, a crab soup. Would you agree with that, Lance? Crab soups and
Yes,
chowders? Yeah.
right.
So Al, your audience and having Lance here, the two of you are able to incorporate multi flavoral where like combining things together can come into play that normally could not happen outside of a smoker. Using devices that are available to both of you. Something as simple as a cast iron pan.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that's why I enjoy Lance always coming into the chat and whatnot. Predominantly, I think right now Texas barbecue is what's popular. You know,
Yes,
but having that side option can open up minds to outside of that. You know what I mean?
right.
And it doesn't hurt to always have that option, man. And whether it be something from the Northeast or something from California,
Right.
something from the Northwest, everything comes into perspective where really it's something that we can all learn from each other, man. Something that there's a lot of different cuisines that we're not familiar with that YouTube allows us to connect to each other and inform each other about these different cuisines, dude. Definitely, I'm not I'm not a guy that's gonna go and say I'm St. County, Maryland. I'm making cuisine from St. County, Maryland. I'm not a Canadian guy trying to do mollejas
Right.
or South Texas. And I'm not calling anybody out, but there are people from Canada trying to do Tex-Mex or
Sure.
or South Texas cuisine. Why do that if you're not from the area? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No,
But
I completely get it. But here's the thing: I'm not sponsored by anybody, and the names I'm about to mention, there's no affiliation. But you have a restaurant depot, and he has a restaurant depot.
correct. Now
You
let's
you
represent
can
it
go to
together.
Wild,
Let's
but
represent it
you
together.
can
You represent what you got. I represent what I got. I mean, let's not. It's like somebody trying to do my cuisine Tex-Mex, and they're in Arkansas, or they're
correct,
in. You know what I mean? It
right?
doesn't. It doesn't jive. You know what I mean?
No.
It doesn't.
So I only because I'm here in Florida, I passed a place that was called Wild Fork. I had only seen them as an online shop. Never
Yes.
in my life did I know that they were a retail store. I
Yeah. Yeah.
had the availability to walk in. Now,
Okay.
Lance and I, we can't walk into the local Wild Fork. You can walk into the local Hebe. We don't have a Hebe by us. You call it HEB. I'm here doing kosher barbecue. It's the Hebe. We don't have that. So when I'm looking at accessibility of certain foods internationally, Argentinian, Brazilian beef, things like that, there's now retailers that now deliver for free, like a Wild Fork, or a wholesaler like a Restaurant Depot, which is also a Jetro that is nationwide. That your
Correct.
audience, Lance's audience, is my audience, gentlemen out and ladies in California who are cooking have that same accessibility nationally. So when we're looking at different foods, that the ingredients to be able to prepare these are there. Your local HEB carries what's local to you. But Restaurant Depot and Wild Fork is going to be a national distributor. So everybody has the accessibility to doing what you're doing. Maybe
Exactly.
not in Canada, but nationally they can.
Correct. 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 Definitely understand that.
Yeah. And again, no sponsorship, no endorsement. Just as a regular working individual looking around, what could I do? How do I replicate what others like an Al is doing, what a Lance is doing from South Texas to to Mid Atlantic? It's
Yeah.
it,
So
you all can do the same thing.
definitely. But what I'm talking about is when you base your channel solely on that.
Correct.
You don't base your channel on South Texas cooking and you're in Canada. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I
You
know.
know,
I understand what you're saying.
definitely include it in your repertoire of saying I've made a South Texas dish because I've researched it and I
Right.
was able to order this particular cut of beef in Wild Fork. Yes,
Right.
definitely more power to you, but
Makes
don't base your
sense.
whole channel on doing South Texas dishes when it's not regional to where you're at because
Exactly.
it's not authentic. You know what I'm trying to say? It's I mean, you can try to make it authentic, and I'm sure if you research it enough, you can do a good job of it. But you're initially not going to get that response that you want because you're not located in that area. That's all I'm saying.
I know who you're talking about. I got the whole thing with Barbecue Jesus before you said who it was. Um, he's done a lot of research and he's tried different modalities of even introducing a watered system into his barbecue, taking what it is, putting it into a bag, vacuum sealing it, holding in sous vide after it's cooked, and all of those ways that he demonstrates scientifically, holding temperatures and such. I'm going to tell you that there's a lot of value in what he's done there. It may not be in the United States. He may be doing American barbecue across the border. But when we look at barbecue in general, what he's doing is relatable because everybody wants to replicate who that individual in Austin, Texas is. If we're talking about the same person.
Well, I'm not going to say any names. We'll talk later when you get a chance. But
I have a feeling that we're sort of dancing around the same topic.
I'm not
It's
here
a
to
tap
call out
dance right
anybody.
now. Yeah.
I'm not here to call out anybody. You know, for me, I just say stay true to who you are. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Lance, right? Just stay
I got it.
true to who you are.
His rubs, he makes very good rubs. He provides good, relevant information, scientifically done. He tries it out. But if you think about it, Canada does not, even if he dealt strictly in Canadian beef, strictly Canada, from a stereotypical perspective, you would expect he'd have maple syrup on everything because that's native to Canada. Barbecue all comes back to one place. It's going to come to Central and South Texas. So it's hard to be relevant to barbecue unless you say, well, I'm doing Memphis barbecue. I'm going to do Carolina barbecue. I'm going to do Georgia barbecue. Brisket, which is what he continues to do, is relevant to one area. If he was doing whole hog, it would be the Carolinas. If he was going to do certain rib steaks, it would be Kansas City. So the only way to integrate these things is for him to look at each regional area for what they're known for and then bring that back across the border to Canada, and we're not going to say whether it's Ontario or whether it's going to be the East Coast or the West Coast. Let's just say Central Canada, and follow through with what PBS, the public broadcasting stations, has for the Kings of Barbecue. What the master class that you pay for has for barbecue.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess we'll move on from the subject because another thing I'd like to mention and that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
I saw the video earlier about the class I was at the smoke lab class. I didn't realize that the Texas Beef Council did that Hulu barbecue quest.
Okay.
Have you seen that, Dave?
I have. Yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool series, man. Have you seen that, Lance?
No. Nope.
I
think I'm just a simple man. I'm not into it for all the perfections, the tweaks.
Ditches and bitches.
That's it.
Look, if we could all go.
That's why I
if there was a weekend seminar that individuals like the three of us could go to at Texas A&M, a butcher class, which they have, but it's on a weekend seminar.
We fucking drink
that
it up.
You butcher,
if you three guys were there, I'd fucking get fucking plastered.
But Alice, on a weekend seminar. See, here's the problem. Texas A&M has a course where they do a butcher class. They don't do a smoking meat class. And you get the top people that come in, and they will go through meat fabrication, and they will teach you everything as if you're working in a plant no matter where you are in the country. With a hard hat, with a white coat, the whole bit, they're going to teach you how to break down primals into your favorite cuts. Now, our American cuts, as I learned this weekend, and I knew beforehand, we have our flank steak, we have our bavette, we have our skirt steak. However, when we get into their Argentinian cuts, it's called vacío. The vacío is all three in one. I prefer the vacío over the brisket. I want the bavette, the skirt steak, the flank steak, custom cut all in one for three American cuts. It's delicious. When you smoke that, when you cook that, it's the most tenderest, juiciest piece of meat. It blows away any piece of brisket you've ever had.
Yeah, it does.
It's so good. But
Yeah.
America has never adopted that cut. It's brand new that we have here, and it's a limited edition type of thing, even if you have an American butcher that's willing to cut it for you.
Well, there's 7 primal cuts that we all break down differently. You know, the way we get that primal cut, depending on your culture, it will be broken down differently. Um, the vacío, like I said, is something that I had this past weekend, man. And like I told Simon, just that those 3 type of steaks that we use for fajita, that's all 3 of them that are in that cut.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that, and until you have it, you're like, you really don't care about it. But until you have it, you're like, what the fuck? This is some good shit, man. But like I said, I told Simon I probably can get it. I know butchers that will cut it for me, but I have to catch them when they get those primal cuts in before they break it down. Hey,
Right.
save me this cut. You know what I mean? But that's no problem. I mean, I got several butchers that I'm friends with, and they know I have a channel, and they're like, if I call them up and say, hey, before you get the shipment in, save me
Right.
this, that's the cool thing, man. After a while, you build the reputation to say you can call people and say da 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 da, but but we'll see. I mean, I got so much on my plate, man. Right now, I can't fucking do all the videos I want to do, yet. but you know what, man? I'm getting ready. We've been on for a while, man. It's almost 11, and for me, and here in South Texas, Lance, do you want to add anything to the chat before we give it a call for the night?
No, not really. I think it's great, to further your education on things, but I'm just not there. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. The more complicated I make it, the less I enjoy it. And I'm older than y'all. I mean, I'm 66 years old in, wait for it, 8 days. So,
Wow.
I'm in my enjoying part of it. The education part is come and gone. I mean, picking up names like that, what y'all are talking about, is great to hear. And I think it's great that people want to, to improve on their skill or their knowledge. I've got nothing against that. I mean, I think it's great, but that's just not where I'm at. It sort of plays with me incorporating fish tanks into a barbecue channel, train tracks into a barbecue channel, train bridges, going on walks. That's just what I want to do right now. I just enjoy it. Simple is better to me. But I've always been a simple person. Just like Leonard Skinner said it. He said it best. I'm a simple man. That's all I've ever needed. I don't need all the bells and whistles. My truck's a 04 with 470 some thousand miles on that diesel. I don't need to go out and replace it, because my next door neighbor just bought this sweet ass looking GMC. That's just not who I am, and I don't hold back anybody else that wants to, learn, the higher classes of meats. I can't afford them, so why educate myself about something that I'm not going to, go out to the store and buy tomorrow unless I go to a specialty butcher, and I'm not going to do that. Other than that, stay tuned. Simon's not going tonight. Obviously, we will be live this Sunday, even though it is going to be Super Bowl. Sal is still going to co-host, last I heard, and he has a cook planned, a pre-prepared cook planned for the live on Sunday. So hopefully, it'll be another good live. I'm trying to bring that into the lives once a month at least, just to change things up. I want it to be a pre-prepared meal. I don't want the live to be absorbed to, slicing all the vegetables,
Right.
parboiling something before you use it. I don't want it to be about that. I want it to be quick, simple, cooked. I think appetizers would be great. I think so. A lot of people, this time of the year, with the football and all that, it's just about come and gone. But I still think appetizers, everybody always entertains family and guests. So learning a new appetizer is great in my book.
Oh yeah.
So watch it Sunday.
Definitely will, man. Appreciate your input there, Lance. For all of us, it depends how much you want to take in, or how much you want to learn from it, man. Definitely, some people want to keep it simple. Some people want to take it further, and our community does a little bit of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why I was saying I don't take anything away from anybody who wants to, to take it to the next level. I admire that. I admire a person that has, that's a little cocky attitude sometimes, because, they go farther in life at times. I have no problem with that at all. It's just that if you want to do it, go for it. I'm all about, furthering your education. I think it's great. But
to each their own. Some people enjoy keeping it simple. Some people enjoy getting a little bit more detailed and enjoy the pursuit of making a better meal by learning different techniques, by learning different cuts, by learning higher end cuts. To each their own, man. It's whatever gets you off. That's the beauty of barbecue, man. Not everybody. You can take it as far as you want, man. Some people do it for competition. Some people do it for backyard, and some people just do it for having a drink and just whatever was given to them at their butcher shop.
Right.
They don't want to take it any step further from that. And there's always different levels of that, man. Beauty of barbecue, man.
Yep. I totally agree.
Yeah, for me, barbecue, I'm gonna try to learn as much as I can, but I can scale back. I can scale back and keep it simple as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can scale back and say, you know what? I'm gonna drink a fucking cheap beer like Natural Light, and just get the cheapest cut of fucking barbecue and still have a good time. See
what you can do with it. Isn't that still a challenge?
Definitely.
To get the cheapest thing that you can get, but yet make it the best it can be. Isn't that still part of the challenge to me? Instead of buying.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Dave, anything to add before we call it the night? Man, I'm gonna call it the night pretty soon.
So I'm gonna piggyback on what Lance said. It's about simplicity. That's what this is all about. My experience coming up this weekend, I'm going to be in, I believe it's called Rehoboth Beach in Delaware. That's where I'm supposed to be this weekend. We'll see how that goes. I'll be there for the Super Bowl. And again, it comes down to where you're at, the simplicity of the food, and the accessibility to others. Lately, I have the accessibility to high-end meats, but that is not what the average individual has. What everybody has, is a Walmart that's by them. So I've had to, and I have no problem with it, go into the local Walmart, pick up different proteins, and prepare those, and demonstrate that simply what you have in front of you and what's in the aisles around you, you're able to prepare the same type of cuisine that you see in these Michelin star restaurants.
Yep.
And the way that you can do it at home, and you're not spending $250, $300 per person per plate. And Al, you're doing the same thing. You, other people that you've introduced me to, looking at local supermarkets, you don't have to find the high-end vendor. You don't have to go with what other people use as talking about farm to table. You don't need that. That's not, unless you're a restaurant and that's how you're going to advertise, it doesn't make sense. There's accessibility to what we're going to call top cap, top certified Angus beef that's at your local Walmart that you could use just as good. And if you know what you're doing with it, you can prepare a Michelin star meal at home. And that's what I'm going to say about that.
Yep. Nope,
I want to add before we end the night. In the future, you will see me cooking pop and beef. I'm not going to say that, oh, there's your doggy.
There's the dog.
What's the doggy's name?
Wheels.
Wheels. All right. Yeah, so in the future, you will see me cooking high-end beef, but that's not an everyday thing. I will be cooking some high-end beef very, very soon for Super Bowl. I'm cooking some high-end beef. And I'm actually defrosting it right now. But that's not an everyday thing.
Right.
But, that's just something that I never had in the channel. I think I've cooked some Snake River Farms before. That's the only one. So that's not going to be an everyday backyard thing, of course. But for this, it's going to be an exception because it's Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but when you start cooking Snake River Farms gold label anything, which anybody, no offense, you can go ahead and get. That's an investment product.
Yeah. So that was what I cooked was a Snake River Farms gold label product. But
right.
I mean, that was once a year ago. But
Right.
tonight, I'm gonna outdo that in my next video.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness! What you cannot think that you're going to drop that and not give us a hint of either the grading, if it's American, Argentinian, Australian, or Japanese, some type of scoring on what the type of beef, if it is beef, what it is.
It's beef, and it's
It is a beef.
Australian.
American, Japanese, or Australian?
Australian.
Does it have a BMS score of 7+?
7+.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
So we'll see. I've never had that kind of beef. So I told my wife, I don't want to fuck this up. So, let's see where it takes us.
When you have something like that, the fat content, the marbleization, it's very hard to mess that up because
right. But you're still scared.
Yeah.
You're still scared. You know what I'm talking about? You're still scared.
Yeah. If I would say if I gave you less than select, if I gave you ungraded beef and asked you to prepare that, it would be harder for you to do that because there's no marbleization than there is when I give you a very high end quality of beef, where
Yes.
when you render it properly, there's so much flavor and texture in the meat.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it plays, man. I mean, you'll see it, Lance. Take
I
care,
got cut
guys.
out. Thank you
Yeah,
much.
no
Thanks for
problem.
being on out, Dave. Thanks for the order. Appreciate the kind words, buddy. I got
Always.
a 7-year-old pit bull that's ready to go, and he's got to go. He's got to go.
I hear you.
We'll see y'all later. Great live, and
Thank
thanks for having
you.
me on.
Very much, very much. I'm gonna end it like the way we always started. Dave, I appreciate you jumping on, man. Let me
Thank you.
know if anything. I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro as the outro, man. Any last words before we call it the night, Dave?
Al, thank you once again. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today.
No, brother, you are awesome, dude. You would have been there regardless of me, man. You're a grinder. And what can I say? Grinders make things happen, man. So we're always here. I'm always here to support you. You know that, brother. Anything you do, I'm always gonna have your back, man. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
taking the time. And guys, people in the chat, as always, love you guys. Next Tuesday we will have the giveaways, and it's gonna be fun, dude. We're gonna get drunk and we're gonna have a good time. As always, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you on the next one.
There's a place in my mind that I sometimes escape to. It's not too far from reality, but it's far enough. A place where the fire burns clean, the smoke is blue, and the meat on the smoker has a perfect mark. It's a place that's familiar to us all, where fire, man, and food are one. Are you ready? Let's go! Welcome to Al Lunacy's Livestream number 66, Barbecue Chat. Brought to you by Al Lunacy's Amazon storefront. Tonight is the 10K sponsorship announcements. Send your pictures to be entered in tonight's giveaway to the following email. These were our last live stream's picture submissions.